Buenos días, bienvenidos a otro capítulo de Más o Menos, or more or less, your Saturday morning live presentation. That's what I like to call it, because it's not a weekly live stream. It's a special presentation. I have a stacked panel, as you see here, guys. This is an episode weeks in the making that I could not wait for. I've been discussing this episode with these fellas for a very, very, very long time, and I'm really excited to finally be here. First and foremost, I want to introduce my panel, guys. We'll start off with filling in for Marco today as my guest host, co-host, Giovanni, the movie canon. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? How are you, my friend?
Hello, Jose. Thank you for the invite. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, donde encuentres el día de hoy. Thank you so much, everybody. This is going to be a fun stream. We're going to have KGCollector and Rogue One Photography go head to head. So we'll see how that goes. So, hey, everyone.
Hey. Absolutely. And well, speaking of our guest competitors, guys, I've been trying to get KG on here for a while. We've been talking about it for a while. KG, I saw you on Shane's show, Visions, and I was like, yo, KG, you on streams now? What's up, man? And you were like, yeah, here and there, whenever they invite me. And I was like, dude, come on the show. So I'm glad you could make it, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, I've watched the show here and there, your show, and I was actually last night kind of remembering what I should say, what are like my speaking points and what I should, bring into the table. But yeah, I mean, I come on streams here and there, and someone who invites me or sends me a DM, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll make the time. And, a month we made the time. So I'm glad to be here. It's an honor.
Absolutely. And Gio is giving me some technical questions here. Do we have music? Oh, well, again, since Marco's not here, I have to figure this out on my own, which is fine. Here it is. Hold on. Give me a second here before I introduce my next panelist. Is it, what about this? Do you guys hear something? Yeah? You guys hear something?
I don't hear anything.
I hear it.
Oh, really?
I did. You turned it off.
I don't.
Oh, I don't hear it. Is it? You don't hear nothing? Well, does everybody else hear it?
Turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, oh, wait.
Okay.
Wait, that's something else. I don't know.
That's probably.
I can hear it. It's just really low.
All right, it's fine. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just keep going. All right. All right.
Fine.
So this gentleman here, fine gentleman here, I've been streaming with him for a couple years now, here and there on Shane's show. I've been wanting to get him on the show. I said I originally wanted to get every single panelist that is on that show on this show eventually. And now Shane's been on the show. Jim has obviously been on the show. But Phill, I hadn't gotten on you on the show, and I was waiting for the perfect opportunity. And this opportunity came up, and I was like, I gotta get Phill on here. Phill, are you excited? How are you doing today?
Probably nervous more than excited. Going up against the great KG. KG's all grown up as well, man. Last time I saw him on a stream, it was like him and Riley. They were like so young. What happened, KG? You grew up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. You're young in my eyes. Come on, I'm much more.
Yeah. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Really appreciate the invite, and it's been an interesting few weeks trying to get slides ready. ChatGPT's got a mind of its own when you're trying to sort of generate things. It's like, it's good. It's been good, really good.
Absolutely. Now, I did have a couple people in mind that I was trying to get in terms of guest spots, but availability is really, really, really tough. And these guys are lifesavers because they always come through. Guys, they had just come back from vacation, and they were like, we see that you're pretty desperate. Do you need us? And so Jim and Nita, thank you so much for being here. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good. A little bit on the tired side, but you know us heroes. We'll pull through. Don't worry.
There you go.
I appreciate you. And Eddie, I never thought you'd be back here, especially because it was so early. And I was like, this guy, he's like, I do not like waking up early. And again, we got to blame Marco because Marco does scheduling. He scheduled this hour, so blame him, not me. But I'm glad he told me, he reached out to you. He was like, yo, I could always count on Eddie Eddie told me he can do it. So I appreciate you coming out. How are you doing, man?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm happy to be here, help out, and hang out, and like these are all cool people. So I never mind joining. I don't like waking up early anymore.
Me
'Cause
neither.
I'm waking up so early for work, but so on Saturday I want to sleep in, but yeah, it's not. I'll do it for you guys, you know.
I
And
appreciate
I like
you.
all
No.
these people here, like, you know. And I was thinking the same thing when Phill was like, KG grew up. I was like, damn. This is the last time I streamed with KG. It's been a while, but yeah, when I saw him, I was like, "Gee, yeah, look at this guy. He's a young man now, dude."
Absolutely. Before we get into our warm-up, which is the typical warm-up, and this, I believe everyone's done it except for KG. So I think we'll ask KG about it before we get into that. I want to say hello to the chat. We have a couple people here, so let me go ahead and say hello to them if you don't mind. Let's see, who do we got here? We got Don Maton. He says, saludos desde Sur Califas. Hey, Don Maton, how are you doing? Buenos dias. We got Vita warming up the chat. Hello. Thank you, KG, as well. Let's go. I hope you're excited, man. I hope you're excited. Jim as well. He's looking forward to these pitches. Good luck. Yes, Jim, you know all about luck in terms of how to do these pitches, man. And I mean, if you guys have not seen Jim's presentation, he was truly exceptional, man. The way he was in character, it was exceptional. But Vita, I mean, you whipped him. You whipped him. It was too hard. It was too hard for him to overcome that. But but absolutely, I obviously got Rogue One in here as well. Hello, my man, as well as on the panel, and then obviously Viking Collectibles, a good friend of mine. Where is it? There it is. Why is it doing that? There we go. Looking forward to the show. Yes, man. Thank you so much. Me and him have been chatting a lot. And if you guys have not seen the announcement, Viking Collectibles will be making his live stream debut. He's never been on a live stream. And he's going to make it on this show, just like Vita, just like you, Vita. He's going to make his debut on this show. And he's super excited. At least that's what he told me, to be on here and join us next month. We'll go into those details a little later. And obviously, Gio, you're in there here warming up the chat. And again, Gio, thank you so much for being here and helping us out. I got my girlfriend Elizabeth in here supporting, saying good morning. Oh, my man, Renz Talentino made the show. Oh, my God. Well, I know Renz is like on the other side of the world in the Philippines, I believe. And it's like the middle of the night, I think. So I appreciate you popping in. He's been doing some amazing artwork for the Aliens franchise. I don't know if you guys have caught that for Alien Earth. He just did that portrait. And then I know he's working, I believe, on Sigourney Weaver's, right? Ellen Ripley. I think he's doing that. I think I saw that. So great work over there, Renz. I appreciate you, my friend. Just a couple people in here. Oh, we got my man Roberto. Speaking of the show in September, Roberto here, Feel the Burn Robert, is going to be his opponent. So he'll be here with us, joining and doing his pitch. Now, he's a little nervous and confused a couple times. I had to explain to him, I'm like, it's a visual presentation we have to do. He's like, oh, I'll just show something. And I was like, no, like, you have to do visual. So he's like, oh, okay. So we were just chatting yesterday because I was like, hey, it's actually creeping up on us. And we got to get to work on this. Whatever you need from me, let me know. And so he was like, okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like Eddie and do it last minute.
And then Robert tells me, hey Jose, thanks for the Laurie mock-ups from last night. Yeah, I did a couple mock-ups for Laurie Strode. If you guys haven't caught last night's episode of Figure Talk over there on the Movie Canon channel, his fantasy figure, which is a segment very similar where they discuss about figures they'd like to be produced. Robert went ahead and he actually picked Laurie Strode from the original Halloween, and I created a mock-up for him. I did a couple of them, and Gio saw like 15 of them. So
yeah,
I just feel like that one's so difficult to make, and Robert agrees. It's one of those things where it's like it's so hard to make and capture Jamie Lee's likeness, especially that young. Yeah, and I think that's everybody. Wait, do we have a technical question here? Oh yeah, that was just Eddie. All right, cool. I think we can get into the show now. Everyone's answered this question for the most part. Everyone's been here before, so I think this is just going to go to KG. If you don't mind, KG, first, I want to know a little bit about your background. Like, tell me, where are your parents from? Um, do you know? Have you ever like been like, man, I want to learn multiple languages? Has Spanish ever been a language where you were curious about, or like you were like, hey, I was like, I'd love to learn Spanish. I know, it's like sometimes in California you go into these places and it's just Spanish speaking, right? So do you know, is that something ever been like you've ever oh man, I can't even ask this question. I'm so nervous.
No,
have you ever been like, hey man, like I'd love to learn Spanish?
well, I am from Krypton, so I have to learn from now.
Mhm.
No, it's yeah. I mean, I do live in California. I do live in the Bay Area, so I used to work at a restaurant, and majority of the cooks and workers are Spanish speakers.
Yeah.
And it is tough because there's obviously a language barrier between. I'm not. Some people mistake me from being either
Latino.
Latino, yeah, but I'm actually Afghan. So I'm more, the Arab side of the world. But has it ever crossed my mind to learn? Sure. I know a few words like mijo.
Tell us.
Buenos noches. I don't know if that's right. But like I know a few words, like like the most common ones. So like I mean, during high school, I felt like everyone took Spanish. I just want to be like the most unique kid. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go take German. German was something.
Ooh, okay. All right.
And I regretted that decision once I took it because German.
Oh no.
German is a tough language to learn. I used to live in Germany for 2 years. So, so that's why that was kind of my influence as to why I wanted to go back into it. But I didn't learn anything for the past 2 years of taking German. So, it was a really tough language. But no, it's something that I think in the future for sure, because I live in a society where there's a lot of Spanish speakers. So for me, I think learning Spanish is a vital thing. I think, especially in the California area. When it comes to talking to people, if they need help with something, I think it's something. I do see like Spanish is probably one of the most easiest language to learn. I don't think it's the hardest language. I think from what my friends told me, I have a friend that actually works in Oakland. He has this kind of helping like homeless people and stuff like shop, and he just learned Spanish from the two people he hired from. And he told me it's like the easiest thing. It took him like 2 months to know everything. And he's pretty much 80% fluent in Spanish. So I mean, it's something I always love to learn new things. I'm always into that. So Spanish is something probably on the verge of something I'll probably learn at some point. But yeah, no, I'm really open to it for sure.
Absolutely. And again, do not feel like I'm trying to like force it on you or anything like that. That's not the part of the part of the show. It's more like, because we speak a little Spanglish on this show, I'm like, do you know any words? Have you ever been like, hey, I want to learn, or did you take it in school? Like, I know it's one of those things where like, hey, could you pick Spanish or French? In this case, you went German, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, what do you pick? And it's funny because when I growing up, that's kind of one of those things where I was like, I don't want to take Spanish. I took it though because I felt like I needed to make sure I could read and write and make sure everything I was doing was correct. But I later on, when I was at the college level, I was like, I want to take French. So I took French. Now I don't remember much of it. I remember certain words, mostly je ne sais pas, which means I don't know, which was something I told the teacher a lot. So ask me something, I'd be like, je ne sais pas,
No, actually, it's crazy because I have a lot of Spanish friends, and my ex was, she was always telling me like, oh, you should learn Spanish because, when I went to her house and stuff, and she was like, they all speak Spanish, they don't speak English, so you gotta learn how to speak Spanish. At some point I had to, but of course I didn't end up well. But it's something that I always get teased on for sure. Like, I have a friend from Salvador and a friend from Colombia, and they always kind of trash me on like, oh, you don't know how to speak Spanish all the time. I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm trying.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things too, because you were talking about, obviously you're not Latino, but you have a certain look. That happens to me too. Like, I've had people that come and start speaking to me like Arabic, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh man, I'm not, no, I don't understand, you know what I mean?
Either way, it's a compliment. I mean, if I was Latino, I'm like, I'll take it as a compliment, so like, it doesn't matter for me, it's like, I'm not offended by it. I'm like, oh, that's nothing new, it's common, so
we had this we have this new guy that I'm working with. Well, I'm the new guy. I just met the guy. But I thought he was a Mexican dude. He has an accent when he talks.
Mhm.
He looks Mexican, and he's a young guy. And it turns out he's from Czech Republic, so he's
Oh, okay.
Czech. And I was like, his name's Adam. I was like, dude, I thought you were Mexican, bro.
That
So it
you
just
don't
turns
want to
out, like,
believe it.
a lot of different people always end up looking Mexican or sounding Mexican, or like at least in California, I don't know. But
I want to ask you guys, and I want to pose this question to our friends overseas. I know, Vita, you've kind of shared that your experience sometimes you don't like to be, you know, for example, like KG, they'll be like, "Oh man, are you Mexican?" Or they'll start talking to him in Spanish. You've told me, "Hey, I don't particularly like to be associated or been like, oh, like people start talking to me in a certain language or think that I'm from a certain place." Is that one of the things, guys, that you see happening to you guys a lot? Like maybe people come up to you thinking that you're from where they're from.
It's more like underlying kind of intent with that question. So
Yeah.
there's like a difference how the person asks and how like he acts, and you kind of can feel like the vibe, let's say, from the person and why he's asking and what he wants to do like with that question. So
Yeah.
when the person is generally like just mixed me with like, I don't know, like other like person, like other nationality or something, I'm fine. It's more just the malicious intents which annoys me, and then I usually snap and I just say, why you don't ask me where I'm from instead of assuming where I'm from. But yeah, it's like it's mixed experience for me, because I had like some nice experiences, and people like hearing I'm from Lithuania and being like all amazing and asking loads of questions or telling me of the experience in my country, and I'm always so surprised that so many people been to Lithuania at this point. So it's always nice to hear it. And then there's other people who would say, oh, like, so it's like from Russia, isn't it? Like they just mix you in one, like as you're one big country. So especially at the moment, no one would like to be called Russian. So
Yeah,
it's mixed feelings.
absolutely. What about you, Phil? Like, have you ever been like, oh, you're British, or or whatever? Is that one of those things that bothers you? It happens a lot.
I've been to the US a few times, and you tend to get more there than European countries. So generally, Spanish guys, Greek, Turkish, they can sort of tell the difference from the accent. Whereas generally when I've been to the US, and if you were in a queue, it's normally in Disneyland, and you're in a queue and you get speaking to some Americans, and they just say, oh, you're from England? That's sort of the standard thing, really. And
are you from London?
yeah, you're London, yeah. But I mean, it's never really bothered me. I mean, it's just the UK, isn't it? It's just one of them things. But we get ostracized more probably in Wales itself, because there is a sort of a split. So the east side of Wales, if you like, there's very little Welsh speaking, because we've got our own language, and there's very little Welsh speaking. Whereas from the West Wales, Mid Wales, North Wales, the majority of the population speak Welsh, and for some of them it's their only language as well. So we tend to get ostracized if we're traveling west or north of the country by our own sort of our own people, if you like, for not speaking Welsh.
Yeah.
We've got the accent but no Welsh language. But
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really, really interesting. I know that there's certain situations where, like growing up, for example, we had a family friend, and I believe she was Korean, and she was talking to us, and especially because we're all, Spanish speakers, and she was like, we understand when you're saying chinitos, like when you're saying that, and he's like, and it pisses me off because I'm not from China. I'm not Chinese. So why are you guys saying that? Well, she wasn't speaking directly at us. She was saying that like other people do that, like they'll pass by and they're like, oh, we're talking to them. And they'll use that phrase to kind of reference her. And when she's like, I'm not from China, like I'm not Chinese, I'm not Korean. I mean, I'm not Japanese, I'm Korean or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things where it's like, it really, really bothered her because she was like, you guys group us all together and I hate the Chinese. She'd be like, I hate them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you guys are grouping me with them when I don't like them. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, and she's like, you can't tell the difference. Like, she started talking about like physical differences between them, you know, like how certain features are more prominent. And so it's like, it's one of those things too, where it's like, I wonder, and again, and not to get offensive or anything like that, but again, it was more of those things where it's like, she shared that feeling and I thought about it too. And it's like, well, that happens a lot, you know, like where they kind of see our appearance and they judge us based on that. And they start thinking we're from a certain place, or they give us a certain prejudice, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
like
I found that. Go ahead.
that's what I do for Mexicans. Everybody's Mexican to me. Dude, like if Pedro Pascal, he's Mexican. You know, like I always
He's not
that's how
though.
I am. Yeah, I know, but I'm like, that's how I am. So it's not like a personal thing. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, Cuervo, or if you guys know him, Cuervo or Jose, he used to stream with us, but his wife is Korean.
Mhm.
And he always tells me about that too. Like, hey, don't mistake her for Chinese or say anything. You know, like she's Korean, bro. So yeah,
Yeah. And honestly, I feel like it's one of those things that really bothers them. It's like, hey, like we're like from a whole different other side. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you guys grouping us together? But anyways, not to get so melodramatic there a little bit, but I appreciate you guys going ahead and sharing us your experiences, especially with, you know, all these different cultures and languages out there in the world. So I appreciate you guys. We're gonna move forward because we got a big show here. Let's go ahead and move forward. It looks like we got Gio doing something, but in the meantime, I want to say hello to a couple people that just showed up. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, who do we got? We got, oh, my Uncle Moose is here. Uncle Moose says, hello, community collectors. Mondo exclusive Clayface in hand. ¿Qué pasa? I don't know. ¿Qué pasa with you, my friend? How's the Clayface? Is it awesome? I saw a couple pictures, but I don't know. Let us know. Let us know how you like it. And we got Sunnyvale Russ is in here. He says, well, they say, I'm not sure. Morning, folks. Well, hello. Good to see you there. There were some issues with the mic. I think I raised it all the way up actually for you guys. So for Jim and Vita. So I hope that works. But we'll make do. We'll make do. All right. I think that is everybody. Oh no, we got Yomo. My friend Yomo. Yomo, there's no giveaway today. But thank you for sticking by. I appreciate you. Yomo, if you guys don't know where that's from, he is one of those guys that he wins like almost every duck race, like every giveaway. He's like, oh, when he's in there, he's like always winning. It got to the point where like every live stream giveaway, it was always Yomo. And I'm like, Yomo, what are you doing? And he's like, I got that Yomo juice. I was like, okay. So I appreciate you, Yomo. Thanks for being here. Moose says he's in the car. Hope to open before stream ends. Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for letting us know. I said that I said it in his accent because I've been around Moose, and when he says car, he says it like that in the Boston accent. So I appreciate you there, Moose. All right. So Gio's still not back, but I want to get into the topics. I want to get into the quick hits, guys. If you don't mind, there's a really big headline that happened. We woke up to it. Now, I'm gonna give you guys a little behind the scenes. I actually kind of knew this was coming already. A little birdie had told me that this was coming. So I got little birdies. Eddie, I don't know if that birdie told you as well, but we have, and it is here. A first look at InArt's version of the Batman vs Superman Wonder Woman. Now, again, this is just their teaser. This is the only image we have, so this is all we're going to go based on. Guys, what InArt has been saying they're going to do Wonder Woman basically since prior to their existence. Basically, as soon as they started, they said they showed a list that's basically defunct now that said Wonder Woman was going to get made. Now, we have our first official image. I want to go to Giovanni first, my co-host. Gio, you saw this image this morning. What did you think?
I was even though like you mentioned, Jose, that you saw like a little tease or whatever, you kind of knew about it. back in San Diego Comic-Con. So I'm sure we're going to get this Wonder Woman. I think they teased that even before that previously. So had I kept my Man of Steel Superman in art pre-order, I would be a lot more excited about this Wonder Woman. I still did want a Wonder Woman, the toys, the 100.
Yes.
So I was curious to see how this one would look. And I've seen this all morning. Basically, a lot of people are saying that the likeness is not there, right? Just based on this one picture, and I see it. You know, I can tell that it doesn't really look too much like the actress there. So I'm sure they'll fix it. But again, this is just one photo, so I'm sure they'll release a couple more photos in a couple of days. That's usually what they do. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna pick her up yet. I'm tempted, but then that means I'm gonna have to try to get a Henry Cavill Man of Steel or a Batman vs Superman figure, and I would rather have it from InArt, and that's kind of like the ones that I had the opportunity to get, and then I let it go. But yeah, so I think some people are going to be excited for this. Like I said, if there's any issues with this, I'm sure InArt will fix it. But yeah, we finally got this Wonder Woman announcement.
Okay. Before I want to go to my my two special guest competitors in just one moment, but first I want to go to Vita, because I know Vita's a huge Wonder Woman fan. On a previous episode, she had Wonder Woman as one of her guests on her dream. Basically, it was a dinner, right? On your case, it was a dream dinner date. You had 5 or 6 individuals that were with you, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman was one of them. So you wake up. Well, no, you didn't wake up. You just got home from vacation. You get home from vacation, and you see this image. Tell me, what did you think? Are you excited? Is this something that you and Jim are looking at, or is it one of those things where it's like, oh man, it's not perfect, so I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely was excited straight away. I got very excited, and then I was like, said to Jim, "Oh, did you see that?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I meant to tell you, but like you were busy with your parents, so and then I just forgot." I was like, "How could you forget to tell me that this dropped?" And I just like had to come back home, like open my phone and just see it like hours later.
Uh-oh. He's like, why are you saying that stuff about me?
Sorry, he's like just telling me off. He's like, get closer to the mic. No one can hear you.
No, I can hear you.
You guys are good now.
Can you hear us fine now?
Yeah, we are fine now.
We hear you. We hear you.
Stop telling me off. Domestic starting. We just quiet. It's fine. Yeah, I'm very excited. Once I start like looking into a bit more. I would say likeness is a bit off, like the face shape is a bit off, and everyone is saying like, oh yeah, it's a bit off, but they're gonna fix it. But for me, it's like so hard to say, oh yeah, I'm 100% gonna like pre-order just from this picture, just because I don't like that the face is off. So I need to see more before I definitely commit to pre-ordering this. In regards, if Jim is interested in Wonder Woman, I don't know. I'll let him to.
Well, that's a question I actually wanted to.
His piece.
Yeah. Before we get into Jim's thoughts, that's one of those things. It's like, is it one of those things where it's like, if you really want it, like let's say you see all these images and you really want it, is it one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna buy it for myself, I don't care what Jim says, or is it one of those things where it's like it has to be a mutual?
But quality, and even I love the character, I didn't love the figure. So I have high hopes for this one, and I'm hoping that I will pre-order this one.
Yeah, you've been quite excited for Wonder Woman for a while, to be fair.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it makes sense. We've got the Batman and Superman.
Exactly.
Hello.
And to be fair, InArt's quite good at fixing. Like if like enough people say, you know, that head sculpt needs like changing when we see more.
Yeah.
They generally, like I'd say it's almost a safe bet. I mean, it's never a guarantee, is it? But a safe bet that they probably will revisit it to a certain degree at least.
But that's like, you know, that's where for me is like when people say like, you know, most likely they definitely will do, you know, they
Oh, it's never certain. I mean, I'd be less confident in Hot Toys fixing it, even though they have still fixed things in the past. But InArt's like a bit better at kind of responding to that.
Yeah.
I guess they got more to prove though, to be honest, than Hot Toys does for the most part. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more. We're definitely excited to see more.
The Superman, the in-art Superman, is that from Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel?
That's
Batman
Batman versus Superman.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
Yeah. I didn't fact check you there because I was like, you're already helping me out, so no fact checks.
Okay. Because now I'm thinking that I think I need the Trinity.
Oh gosh, hello.
So
Hello.
because that Batman 2.0, the Batfleck, the Hot Toys, that's an amazing figure.
It's pretty,
And
it's
Enoch
pretty
is
awesome.
coming out as well at some point, so
Yeah,
you know we'll have to see what that one
yeah,
looks like.
yeah. So yeah, someone told me
So-
that sometime this year. So someone told me. I won't say
That'll
who.
be
but,
interesting to see.
yeah.
Oh yeah. 'Cause, now I'm thinking about it more than ever before for this one here. So
Do it, Gio. Do it.
Do it, Gio. Do it. I want to go to KG now. KG, when we first came on backstage, I told you if you had seen it, you kind of shared that you were a little apprehensive of what you saw. Let me know what you think, KG.
Okay. This is a tough one because if you told me about 10 years ago when this film came, 11 years, well, 9 years ago, actually, 9 years.
Yeah.
If you told me that Art announced this, I would have bought it immediately.
Mhm.
You know, I was a naive person at the time, so I don't know much about what's going on in the world and the economy. And now, you know, being much older now, and you know, this is going to be a serious pass for me. Politically reasons, this is a figure that I don't support.
Gotcha.
If anything, I'm kind of glad she doesn't look like the person. This is something I am just kind of boycotting at the moment. It's already worse enough that I already have one for the Justice League.
Mhm.
You know, I am not a fan of this figure whatsoever. You know, I think for anyone who is excited for this, is all power to them. But I think for what this person stands for at the moment, it's just something I cannot be up for. I think she is. Yeah, I mean, this kind of fumed me in the morning. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of like, I knew it was coming. I had a feeling that it was going to, at some point, come, because you know the whole Zack Snyder trilogy for me is a beloved trilogy. I grew up with Man of Steel. I grew up with those films, and you know, it's tough because it's like I have the BVS Batman, I have an art Superman, but having this is kind of like completing the trilogy. But for me, I have to have some grounds because I love collecting. I think all of us can share the love and passion for this hobby that we have. But what's going on with the world at the moment? There are certain things that you have to come to reality and to kind of accept that even if it doesn't help the cause, at least you are backing down from it. I'm not saying everyone should boycott this figure. If you want to buy the figure, all power to you. But for people that realize what's going on around the world, and if you've seen Gal Gadot's recent film with what's that film? Snow White.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then she came out saying something about what's going on, in the world right now. It's yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, look, it seems like it's working, and you know, unfortunately, Gal Gadot, she's not a great actress. You know, so it's for me. You know, look, it's just I at the end of the day, as great as the body looks, you know, the bison body and the head sculpt is subpar. It's a good looking figure. I'll give them that. It's a good looking figure. I think they're pretty much, you know, absolute T. I think the head sculpt needs some rework, which I don't mind actually. You know, for me, it's just kind of a tough time to kind of buy this figure. You know, and like I said, if you would have told me this years ago, you know, when I bought my first Gal Gadot, I was like, "There's nothing wrong with this figure." And then once you know, learn more about what's going on around the world, and you learn who she is and what her backstory is. This is, I don't want this representation in my shelf at all. You know, and it's a good looking figure, but something I'm never gonna have for sure. Yeah.
Okay, and that's fair. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
I do want to go to Phill on this one. Phill, you saw this. I know the boys were talking about this one. What do you
Yeah.
think about this in particular?
I think it's a stunning figure. I love the color tones in the sort of armor she has there. I, like many others, are probably not overly thrilled with it. It's not a bad head sculpt, but it's not great either. It's not, it's not a 9, 10 out of 10. Whether that's because it's only one photograph, whether that's just the angle that's been taken at, I don't know. But I think she looks great. I really do think she looks great. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna PO this yet. And on the back of what obviously KG just mentioned, I want to get a cat decide him to join in.
Hello.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's been going on in the political world, because I mean, I assume she would get money from this, or maybe already has. And if she doesn't deserve it, then But that's by the by. That's something I'll look into personally myself. But in terms of the figure, I think she's stunning. It looks stunning. But the head sculpt definitely needs work.
Yeah, I know. I can understand that reasoning. I just wanted to check in with the chat real quick. Yomo was letting us know he's on a losing streak with giveaways, so he's trying to make a comeback. So yeah, S-Beam is here. Hello, S-Beam. He says, "Why can't anyone do a proper Gal Gadot sculpt?" I don't know. I feel like even Hot Toys has had some difficulty with the. I know if anybody has the 84 version, a lot of people think that sculpt is really, really good. I've never. Go ahead.
No, I was
You
gonna
have
say,
that one?
I think the best sculpt out of all the ones were the trainer outfit, I think, from the film.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the best
People,
one.
yeah. I think Eddie, as you've talked about that one as well. Now Eddie just recently took my Justice League one. I sold it to him, the Hot Toys one. Now I didn't do it on purpose. Actually, it was for other reasons why I was selling some of my collection. And Eddie was nice enough to say, "Hey, I want that Justice League Wonder Woman," so he took it. Currently residing at your home, I'm assuming, right, Eddie? How's that? How's she looking over there?
Yeah, this dude gets inside information. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll sell you my Wonder Woman. Yeah, no problem, bro."
No new Wonder Woman's coming up in the next.
Yeah,
few
I know.
days.
What the? No.
No, actually, I did not know. Actually, they called me. My source called me
Wow,
at
look at this guy.
11:30 at night 2 days ago, and they were like, "Oh, I need to tell you something," and I was like, "Okay," and I'm like, "Can't you just message me?" And he's like, "No, I need to call you," and I was like, "Okay." And long story short, he's like, "Yeah, so Wonder Woman's coming." I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
like I gotta go to work tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, I know, but just thought you should know, because I know you're gonna want that. So, and I was like, okay.
Oh, I know who your source is.
Oh,
Now I
okay.
know who your source is.
Okay.
Hello.
Now I
Yeah.
know.
I would think your source would know that I want this too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I got Jose's Justice League Wonder Woman, the one that came with the mother box. Because
Yes.
I did my own research. I've been on like a Snyder kick ever since Superman came out. So I did my research. Like, okay, if I have a Wonder Woman, which one do I want? And like, I'm pretty particular to like how it looks, and I ended up going with the Justice League one because I like the more monotone colors on the outfit. And then I was planning to use an 84 head sculpt on it because most of them are rooted, but like the old rooting, so like it's not the best.
Yeah.
I thought at least, but when I actually got Jose's Wonder Woman and I have the rooted hair on her, like I don't hate it, to be honest. Like I styled it and I was like, dude, this actually looks good, so I'm cool with it. But I do have an 84 sculpt coming from someone that I found on a buy sell trade group, and he gave me a good deal and everything, so it's already on the way. But I'm happy with the stock Wonder Woman, dude. Like it looks good to me, and I would be fine. I'm still super excited for this one because I'm so into like Snyderverse now that I'm like, dang, I think at first it was just gonna be one shelf of Snyderverse, like Justice League, BVS, and Man of Steel. But I have so much figures from just Man of Steel and Justice League that and then there's more BVS stuff coming out, even with Hot Toys right now. Like I don't have my 2.0 Batfleck yet. I don't have.
Great
They're
figure.
gonna come out with the armored stuff. So like, I think I'm gonna. It's either gonna be 3 shelves now, or at least 1 Justice League shelf, and then BVS and Man of Steel on 1 shelf. So I need.
Ooh.
I'm cool with having multiple Wonder Women, I guess. But when I saw this picture, when I just saw it, I was like, "Oh, dope! It's finally going up for pre-order." Because they did tease a while ago when they put up those pictures that, like the mock-ups, that they were gonna do Batman and Wonder Woman. So I knew it was coming. But when I looked in depth at the picture, I was like, "Oh man, I hate it." I hate her likeness, bro. To me, it looks like a meme of her, dude. Like she almost looks like she has a unibrow. I sent in 2 different groups, and then to Adriana, because I was like, Adriana, look at this. Like, am I wrong right now? I sent it to her. I was like, it looks creepy as fuck. Like, I don't know what they did to her likeness, but she said it looks like her, but it does, like, I don't know if it's the angle of the picture or the way they angled her head, but it does look creepy. And then I sent her the girl with the unibrow on Dodgeball that's on the Cobras. I was like, she looks like that girl. I was like, what the fuck did they do? And then and then she was like, and the hair looks a little weird, and I was like, yeah, the rooted hair, it looks like greasy or something. Like, I don't know, man. I'm still like, I'm gonna get this 100%, and hopefully in person it comes out better. Because I mean, Aragorn, when they released his photos, his was perfect. I was like, damn, like he looks amazing. And then in person, I feel like it was dropped down a little bit. That's the only one that I got from InArt that I was like, dang, it kind of did drop a little bit. It looks great in person still, but it's not as good as the solicitation photos were. So maybe this one will be the opposite, and in person it'll be really good. But I'm kind of an InArt fanboy. Like if I really like that character and they're doing it, I'll test the waters. I'll get it anyway. So I'm gonna get it. She'll go with my BVS setup. Yeah, but I'm still excited to see it. I'm sure they'll do some cool stuff. Like hopefully, like the weapons and maybe her bracelets are die cast or something. Like hopefully they go into some cool stuff with it. But I am happy with my Hot Toy one. I would say that, like, I don't know why people complain with those ones. Like, I think they're pretty damn good. Like, Vita, if you wanted to test out the Justice League one, like, I really think that one's really good in person. Like, I like it a lot. But I'm still gonna, I'll send you guys pictures once I get the 84 head sculpt on it, because I think it'll be even better. But
yeah, I would love to see how she looks over there in your collection now. So definitely share some photos when you can. I'm gonna try to push this forward because this one, you guys, great conversation. So it was a little longer than I thought. But I just want to go ahead and check in with the chat. Everyone went, right? Yeah, I think everybody got their opinion on this one. Yomo says hopefully they can make some updates to the sculpt with some feedback. Yeah, I mean, usually InArt does do that, so I do see that. Robert says, yeah, the face needs work, maybe some definition on her shoulders. Otherwise, this would be my first Wonder Woman. Yeah, I know Robert's excited about it. And I really, one of the things I think me and Robert always talk about is just like, we're not loyal to companies, you know what I mean? So it's like, it doesn't matter as long as the figure is good. Like, I don't care if it's Hot Toys or InArt or whatever company, you know what I mean? It's just like, brand loyalties, like, I don't care. If the figure looks good, I don't care who made it. If this was Hot Toys and Hot Toys was announcing this, I'd be like, hell yeah, like this deal, I'm all over it. You know what I mean? But
it makes you think now. You think Hot Toys is gonna do another tease? Because that's how they do it.
Yeah, KG, that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. I had heard that they were going to do a 2.0 BVS as well. So
yeah, I heard they were.
I mean, these are all things.
Yeah, I heard they were going to do a BVS Superman. I don't know what happened to that. Yeah. And now they. I mean, it just seems like they're always going to do a tease. They look what they did with Superman. They tease that they kind of go in battles with each other. So
yeah.
Who knows what next week will bring? But
you know what? I would not be surprised if next week Hot Toys is like over here, like, oh, here's our 2.0. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised.
Hey, Jose, could I say real quick?
Go ahead.
I was gonna mention this, and I forgot, and we don't have to like stick on the subject or whatever. But when KG was talking about how like what his opinions are,
sure.
Like I think that's a really interesting topic, because like we love these things, right? But they're all based on human actors, and it's like if you look in depth at any of these characters or whatever, or you meet them in person and you end up finding out that you don't necessarily agree or like the person behind the character. It's like, it's kind of crazy. It's something that we don't think about a lot as collectors. And I've met some actors in person and I was like, oh, I don't really like this guy, you know, or like, and it's just a crazy thing to think about, like, because like you base your whole childhood on something like this, or you know, it's a big part of your life for you, and you end up meeting these people or seeing something they do. And I'm always constantly thinking about that, because I have friends that like solely collect comic book stuff, and I always thought, oh, that's cooler, like, because you don't have that issue. Like you're based off the comic character. Like there is no person to ruin it for you. Like me, like everything is movies for me. So like, yeah, something like that could ruin that character or that memory for me or whatever. And then, yeah, so it's interesting, you know, like I like that KG is like, you know, standing on that. I think that's a good point of view to have or whatever. So
no, 100%. I think, you know, like this character, my sort of introduction of the character was the Justice League remastered cartoon. Way back in the early 2000s. That was my early introduction of Wonder Woman. I honestly would have that representation more than this, just because, you know, with the obvious reason that I just stated. But yeah, it's true. I mean, you know, I had some figures that, you know, I currently sold because of due to political reasons, or I just don't like the actor at all. So, I mean, you know, it's just kind of like you kind of have to come back into reality when it comes to these certain things. You know, these are great things that we collect. It's our escapism, but at some point you have to understand, you know, I know it's, people say don't represent the actor based on an entire nation, but the fact that this actor did contribute to what is going on now makes it even obvious and more evident that people should boycott it or not even buy it at all. But like I said, people like it, all power to you, do it, but just stating the facts of what's going on around the world, and simple as that.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, absolutely. And we appreciate you sharing your thoughts, KG. You know, I know things like that, you know, we don't really get into politics, but they're important, right? And you have to stand for something. So I absolutely understand your point, and it's valid. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and check in again with the chat. I got Yo here saying, I think my wife wants a Wonder Woman figure, so this should be an easy should be a little easier to bring home. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And Viking Collectibles says, for the first look, I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I just, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, let's see more photos before we jump into it. Robert says, she kind of looks like Jessica Jones with his head. Maybe a little bit. We'll see. I believe that's it. Moose says, who's more popular, Superman Cavill or Goodell Wonder Woman? I think it's Superman.
Come on.
I think that one's yeah, people were really, really upset with, you know, when that happened where he was not Superman anymore. So yeah, I think not a lot of people are more like, I think more people are more like looking forward to the fact that there might be a new actor playing Wonder Woman. I mean, we talked about it here in terms of like the actors that they're looking at, even potentially even a Latina you know, actress. So hey, that'd be kind of cool, you know, right? So
they're speculating that the woman from Andor, forgot her name.
Yeah,
she's a great,
she'd
be a great contender as Wonder Woman for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And then Robert says, I'm glad she's gonna have two different armors. Personally, I like the lighter tone. Yeah, if you guys remember from those mock-ups, they had like you could kind of remove the armor and have like the lighter one too, apparently. So yeah. And yeah, everyone agrees it's Superman there. Okay, guys, we're gonna move on. Gio, if you could help me out. Oh, there he goes. You're on it, man. You're on it. I want to move on real quick. Another quick hit here, guys. We're gonna breeze through this one. If you could go through the photos here, Gio, if you don't mind. I'm gonna breeze through this. Does anybody have a Vader and still like, you know what, this is such a like unique figure, this like mythos inspired Vader, where it's like, I kind of want to get this. Anybody who wants to chime in, go ahead. I think KG, you were not. So, oh no, Jim, go ahead. Jim, go ahead. No, Jim,
go for it. Go for it.
It's awful, always. Yes. So I have this on PO. So this is coming home, and I'm probably going to replace my Kenobi Vader with this one, because
we will see.
We'll see.
Nah.
I mean, spacing wise, like two Vaders.
That's
is
surprising because I
difficult.
know Vita really likes that Kenobi one.
She does.
Oh,
But this kind of
sure.
has like all the good aspects of the Kenobi one. This has. So it's got like the battle damage helmet. It's got obviously that full burnt Hayden Christensen head sculpt, which is really awesome. I have the special edition, so it comes with an extra bit of armor. And I think photography wise, this one's going to be quite interesting for us to play around with. And I'm a sucker for battle damage anyway.
I feel like he's trying to convince me right now.
It'll be so good for like photography and like this stuff, which you know. You
The way
love to
he's
do.
saying it too.
It's just getting into my
It's not
pitch.
your pitch. It's not your pitch.
Like,
It's not your pitch.
But there's a lot to like about this. Like the sculpted cape with Darth Vader's helmet etched into it, like the even the diorama base, like it kind of makes it a nice statement piece. So it's almost like the ultimate Vader, apart from obviously the fact that there isn't a clean version of this. That's the one thing the Kenobi one has over this one for me. You've got the clean look and the battle damage look. But,
Absolutely.
this one just looks so gnarly. I like this one. Like you can see like all like his rips, like his fake leg, his fake arm, like his suit's all ripped open. And again, 3 different sculpts. Like you do get a clean sculpt, although I imagine it will look a bit strange on this. But
Yeah.
yeah, this one's epic. It's definitely coming home. And if I had to choose, I'd probably go for this over a standard Vader, which is probably I don't think a lot of people would agree with me on that, but I just like how this stands out, and I think it will look absolutely epic on display.
We will see.
Alright.
I'll have to compare them, and we will decide in a later date.
Yeah.
What about you,
I will
KG?
decide, we will see.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. KG, let me know. You were nodding on this one.
Yeah.
Is this one you're thinking about?
Well, Jim kind of convinced me now, so you know.
Oh,
Right.
Honestly,
there you
I gotta tell Jim, I've been a huge fan of your channel. I've been watching your videos here and there, so you know, been a huge fan. Keep up.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. That's nice
of
to hear.
course.
Cheers.
Yeah. No, you know, I told myself, you know, when getting into Star Wars, you know, the first thing you should collect is either C-3PO, R2-D2, or Vader. Like when you think of Star Wars, you think of Vader, you think of Luke, or you think of R2-D2 or C-3PO, like the most common characters. I told myself I'll never get more than one Vader. I have 2 Kenobi Vaders. I have
Oh my.
the ESP-40th Vader, and I have the Return of the Jedi Vader. I went a little crazy on Vaders, and honestly, I told myself I wasn't getting original trilogy stuff. Then I saw the Luke, Bespin Luke. I gotta get it with ESP Vader. Then I was like, you know what? I gotta get now Boba Fett from it now. And now I have whole
So it starts. Right?
original trilogy.
Yeah.
This Vader, when you talk about unique, when it comes to having something that's so niche and something unique that you haven't seen before, I mean, this is the definition of it. I mean, this is just such a beautiful like piece of art. I mean, look, sometimes people would say figures are not art, but in this case, like with the whole cape, that the fact that it's kind of foreshadowing or kind of shaped into the Vader helmet, how could you not get this? I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, but one thing I cannot agree on with Jim is selling that Kenobi Vader. I think Kenobi Vader is probably one, if the best Vaders. The only
Just
thing
trying to placate the misses.
No. I have 2 of those Kenobi Vaders, and that says something. I mean, that Kenobi Vader, I mean, that whole scene alone, despite the whole show not being a great show, but that one scene alone made it worth for a lot of people just to pick it up, including myself.
Absolutely.
And when this got released or announced, I was like, what is this now? Like, you know, like they're trying to like take people's money. I mean, this is just I've never been a huge what's it called? Like the Legends fan. I think that's what it's called, like the Legends series, like the book series. But something like this, I'm assuming that this is taking place the Star Killer game. I'm assuming this is from that depiction of that iteration that they're paying respects to. But not only that, you get a Hayden Christensen sculpt. Now I know we do get on the Revenge System. Revenge System was like he's fresh cooked.
Yeah.
But here he's just already kind of, you know, it's already there, you know, it's not cooked all the way. It's much more kind of like aftermath and stuff. The Sebastian Shaw sculpt is great. This one is just amazing. And it's hard. You know, I really want this figure. I really do. But it's just like, I have now like 1, 2, 3, 4 Vaders. Now this is gonna be my 5th Vader, and who knows? The next one's gonna be, I don't know, the pink Vader, and then I'm probably gonna buy it then. I don't know.
Pink
But
Vader.
you never know. So, but dude, you can't deny. Like, if people are gonna pass on it, you can't deny this is such a great figure. And whoever gets it, if Jim gets it, I hope he doesn't sell that Kenobi Vader. I think people will definitely love this figure. I think it's just by itself, if you only want to collect one Star Wars figure, just to have like just an art piece, this will be it. And I think this is sort of a good replacement over the Mythos statue that was released a couple of years back, and that statue is beautiful, by the way. But this will be a great replacement for anyone. But this is something, and now Jim kind of convinced me. Now I kind of have to
Oh no.
go and find it now. So but dude, this is great. So overall, a great piece. So.
Absolutely. All right. Is there anyone who likes to speak on this one before we move on? All right. Gio, I think we'll go into one of the big talks here. Whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and pull up that one. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Wednesday?
Oh, okay. So you want the slides that you made, or
No, not yet. No, not the slides. Just the
okay.
images. Just the images.
All right,
I can pull up those. I can pull up those when it's time.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. So guys, I'm excited about this one. Now it's still part of the quick hits, but again, I wanted to highlight this one because it's something we talked about on this show. Gio, you were actually on this show. We were talking about potentially any Mexican descent actors that could be made into figures. Now, since then, we have had Cassian Andor or Diego Luna's character from the Rogue One movie, not from Andor, get announced. And so that one is up for pre-orders. And that was the very first, again, I've done some fact checking. There is no other Mexican actor figure as of yet until Jenna Ortega. Now, Jenna Ortega is Mexican-American, so she was born in California. But she is she's a second generation. Both her parents are Mexican. Her mom she also has a little Puerto Rican in her as well. But again, I was really excited. Gio knows about this one in particular because over a year ago on his show, on his segment there, he was asking us in terms of the fantasy figure, what would you like to get made? And I pitched this figure. So I was pretty happy to see this. Now I know it's not a perfect figure. If you could scroll through the images, I know there's some certain complaints about her chin, in terms of her eyes and things like that. I don't think it's as dramatic as some people say it is. I feel like it's always the end of the world with collectors. It's like, if it's not perfect, it's trash, which I don't like. It's one of those things. It's just like, okay, dude, like, how can you say that that's not that actor? You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's not exactly like them, but it's definitely good representation, or you can see the visuals there. So anybody that can talk on this, I think Gio, you had discussed it on your show briefly. I know you have some criticisms. This one in particular was your favorite angle, right?
This one right here. This one is the one that I think looks the most like Jenna Ortega. The other one's not so much for me. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but she just looks a little off. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna pick this one up here, although I do like anything related to something that's more like horror-esque, Halloween-esque, dark Tim Burton type of thing. So even if this figure or the head sculpt was perfect, I still probably would have not picked this one up here, just because some other shit that is already coming, and
there's just
pre-orders and all this other stuff. But I do like that they actually did include Thing, because that was one of those things. Hot Toys, sometimes they just don't include the most obvious accessories with some of these figures, so I was concerned that they may not include Thing, and we got 3 of them. And there's so many accessories. That's probably the main thing that I noticed. Past the likeness wasn't exactly there for Jenna Ortega, but one of the main things that I did see was so many amazing accessories for this figure. All the book, the cello, where you talked about Thing, and then like all these accessories that I didn't even think that they would include here.
I know.
Even like this chair. I was like, oh, you guys are throwing in this chair right here too.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
So all those Tim Burton fans. There's not that many Tim Burton. Well, except Beetlejuice, right? Can you think of any other Tim Burton films that have been manufactured?
Made into figures.
Yeah, because I couldn't think of Beetlejuice.
Batman.
Batman, right? The first Batman.
Batman.
Batman is like a thing on its own, right? No pun intended with the thing. But
Wouldn't that be cool as a display though? Like you could have like Jenna Ortega Wednesday, and then you could have Beetlejuice, and you could have your Michael Keaton Batman, and like kind of do like a whole
your
Tim Burton thing.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool actually.
Did they?
It's not a bad idea.
They did Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
I don't know.
I thought
Someone
Johnny Depp?
Google that.
maybe
Johnny
that
Depp?
was a third party. Yeah, I thought
Was
they
it?
did.
They did a Sweeney Todd, right? Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sweeney
right. They
Todd
did go
had-
Sweeney Todd, right? That's right. But yeah, those were just my quick thoughts on Wednesday.
Absolutely. Okay. Actually, Gio, since we still have you here, Yomo with a super chat. He says, "Gio, drink at 10 a.m."
Damn.
Whoa! I don't know how you feel about that, Gio.
I got water.
Water.
I'll take it.
He's like, I spent $5 to watch you drink water.
What?
Sorry about that, Yomo. He owes you. I think
Thank
he
you,
should
Yomo.
owe you. Yeah, I think he should owe you. We got Philly here, Figurecraft. Hey, Philly. Good morning, man. ¿Cómo estás? Good to see you here, man. I know you're a busy guy, man, so I appreciate you coming through. All right. I wanted to pull up this image before we go into the other takes here from my panelist. Let me see if I can do this correctly. Now I'm forgetting how to do it. What am I doing? Oh, sorry.
What
Here we
are
go.
you trying to do?
I'm trying to bring up my slides, but hold on. I got it. I figured it
Oh.
out. I got it. Here we go. So, did it come up? No.
It's
did.
loading right now.
There
you
it is.
go.
There it is. Okay. So this is from Six Scale Treasures. So I want to give credit to them. These images are the side-by-side comparisons of the character. Now, I know there's a lot of criticism about the likeness. Even Philly says, with Wednesday and Gal Gadot, you begin to wonder where they get their references. I don't know. So again, like if you look at it here, I don't see this huge like, oh my God, who's that other person? Like I started seeing comments like, that's not Jenna Ortega, that's Jenna Ortiz. And it was like, okay, like I was like, I mean, it was like, I don't know. I don't see it as dramatically. If you see here, again, another reference image in particular here, again, this is all via Six Scale Treasures. So shout out to them for doing these images. They always do these comparison images shots for us. And I did this image. I just juxtaposed the image of her face side by side. So if you look at it here in particular, I mean, you can't see my mouse. I'm over here using my mouse like you can see it. But if you look in particular, I mean, the eyes to me look like her eyes. Her face shape looks like her face shape. There's a argument about her chin, but I mean, there's an indentation in her chin that's supposed to be a little bit more pronounced. And maybe it can be, but even if you look on the figure, I feel like on that shadow, you can see the pronounced there a little bit of the chin. So the lips look, I feel like that's a reference image. They like this specific image is what they use as a reference. Like if you're looking at it here, I even try to pair it up as closely as possible in terms of the face shape and the collar and everything, so you guys could see it's exactly how the comparison is side by side. So I mean, you see some of her freckles, which are some of her trademark in terms of her look and her aesthetic. So I don't know, man. I'm not sure. For me, it's not as dramatic as some people are making it to be. But anyone care to comment? Anyone care? KG, what do you think?
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for everyone. I was about to say, at the time I had a huge crush on Jenna Ortega. I still do a little bit, but it's for me. It looks just like her. I woke up one morning, I was like, I don't see any issues with it, to be honest, until I saw the side by side. I could see a little bit of a differentiation between the actual person compared to the figure. I think it could be the eyes. Maybe the eyes are kind of throwing it off. At first, I thought it was the hair, but I feel like the hair kind of I don't think it really changes anything. I've watched the first season, absolutely loved it. I think Jenna Ortega as Wednesday is a great portrayal, a great iteration of it. I know we got one a couple of years back, another actress that played in it. But I gotta say something. I feel like we've been using the word "thing" a lot this year. I mean, the thing, and then this thing, and then I just rewatched Superman again, and in the news report when they were finding the kaiju, it said, "Oh, Superman kills the Thing." So I feel like the word "thing" has been used quite a lot this year, which is really funny. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's I think honestly, it's a good figure. I don't see any issues. Some people kind of argue that it should have been artisan, but I felt like it wasn't as, maybe it wouldn't have done well if it was artisan. I think it would have done pretty well. I think a lot of people love this actress and the character, and would they make more figures from it? Like who's that? Maybe the brother. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I feel like Wednesday's like the showstopper. I think that's kind of like, oh, we're just gonna make one figure and that's it. It's kind of represent the entire show. But I don't know who mentioned it, but I love the fact, I think it was you, Jose, like the whole trilogy, like kind of the trilogy of Tim Burton's films. I feel like, or show, I think that would have been a great, that would be a good display on itself, having it's Batman, Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice, and having Jenna Ortega as Wednesday. I think it's, I love the horror aspect. I think I'm with Gio. I think I would love to have like a horror type of shelf. I think honestly, if I were to give the sculpt a rating, it would be a good 9. I think a 9. Honestly, I think there are a few tweaks in that they could make, but honestly, at first I was like, "Yep, it's perfect," and now I can see the small differences and small issues and stuff. But honestly, I don't think it's going to push forward like, oh, people should not buy it. But I do love, honestly, I'm all about representation. I think representation is a big factor.
Absolutely.
I think it's a huge thing for a lot of people who are Latino, and I know a few people that are my friends. When I show them this, are like, finally something Latino related, because we don't get much of it. I mean, we had Supergirl, we had that, and what else? Oh yeah, Andor as well. So it's good that we're slowly but surely getting more representation from Latino side, but also I'm hoping one day an Arab figure at some point, a Muslim figure.
Absolutely.
But no, I think we're slowly getting to that area, to that side of things. So yeah, no, it's a great figure. I think for what it comes with. I think, how much is it going for? 300?
Yeah, it's over 300. So that is kind of steep. It's 310, I believe.
What does it come with? It comes with an umbrella, a chair, and
the cello. Yeah, the things. So it's a couple accessories, but I don't know.
It's crazy because I was thinking about this when I was thinking about the price, about our presentation thing that we're gonna do. I was like thinking about what are prices now like, and I feel like for 300, I mean, it's a little steep, but I feel like I think that's the general price nowadays. With inflation happening in the U.S. at the moment, with the tariffs and stuff, I think it's pretty. It was inevitable at some point that prices were gonna go up, and so I think it's an okay price. Is it the best price? I would have hoped to be maybe 270, 275. I think that would have been a good ballpark for a price. But yeah, overall, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely. Before I jump into the rest of the panel here, King Dingling is here. Not a live stream without you. He says, while I would order this, it's nice to see. I believe he says I wouldn't order this. It's nice to see Hot Toys do something from left field. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's a good conversation to have in regards to them doing other IPs other than the main 3, right? So it's interesting, and I think it's great to see Hot Toys going into other lines. Phill the Burn says, yeah, Sleepy Hollows when you thought, Batman and Beetlejuice. And Billy, go ahead.
Sorry, Mark Attack brought up a good point. Now, Stranger Things now,
I'll bring it up.
Netflix associated as well, so they could do a lot of Stranger Things, like the creatures and stuff from that. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, he says, I'd love a Mad Hatter. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then Robert says, maybe if they sunk in the cheeks a little bit, maybe that might be it. Mark Attack, speaking of Mark Attack, I believe this is the first time, other than the maybe we were here before, but anyways, Mark Attack, I was one of those guys that I've been wanting to get on the show for a while, but he's a busy guy. He's a very, very busy guy, but he's from Spain, so él habla el español. ¿Cómo estás, mi amigo? How are you? So Mark Attack, it's good to see you here, man. And he says the first pick is wider lens and her shape is a little off. So the second seems a more natural shape. Maybe Philly knows. Philly would know about cameras. So if you've seen his stuff, you know he knows what he's talking about. Mark Attack says he believes it's the eyeshadow, possibly. But if you look at this image, the eyeshadow is not as pronounced on the image of the actual actress. Like her eyeshadow isn't as pronounced. Now, if you look at other images, though, I think if you go back, like for example, this one. If you see this one is the more noticeable because it looks like she has more dark like eye bags, or it's like darker on this side, but it's not like, I feel like they might have used this as a reference for the eyes versus the other image, but I don't know. I'm like I said, I don't think it's perfect, but I don't necessarily think it'd be one of those things where it's like, oh my god, it's Jenna Ortiz instead of Ortega or whatever. Mark Attack says, I think Cobra Kai stuff. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then as KG was mentioning, Stranger Things. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Chapulín Colorado. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome. I do want to go ahead and bring up this very quickly. So again, I mentioned it to you guys, and then you guys were like, oh, there's not a lot of options. Eddie in particular, I had to like chat GBT and be like, give us all the actors that are kind of mainstream that are Mexican or Mexican American that could potentially be, in pop culture, worthy figures. So again, we do have here the first one which was Diego Luna. Nationality he's a Mexican, born in Mexico City, and again Jenna Ortega, who's Mexican American and born in Palm Desert, California. But again, she I believe her mom is, I think one of her parents is Puerto Rican, so she's got a little bit of Puerto Rican, but both parents are Mexican, so she's Mexican American, so second generation, I believe, or third generation. So my question was, who should Hot Toys do next? Like, which Mexican character from pop culture should they do next? Because I felt that would be more interesting than just telling us about all this, looking at the photos and saying the same old things over and over again. Mark Attack says, it looks like they're doing a lot of Netflix stuff, so maybe Stranger Things. Yeah, he did tell us that. He says, Philly says, Cantinflas, El Santo, and Vicente Fernandez. I mean, Vicente Fernandez Chente would be amazing, man. If they could do that, that'd be amazing. I was thinking about singers too, because me and Eddie, when we were talking about that, like it gave options in terms of like, oh, what about like singers that have like got into acting and things like that. It was like mentioning like Selena Gomez and Becky G and all these other actors / singers or whatever. And I thought, I'm like, well, what about like Selena? You know what I mean? Yeah, like someone like that. You know what I mean? Like that'd be kind of cool. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Gio.
I'm just thinking of Vicente Fernandez and his big ass hat as a 1/6.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna make that mock-up. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna make that mock-up.
All right, do that.
I'm wrong, but he's kind of like the Elvis Presley of South America, right? Vicente Fernandez, right? Kind of like Elvis.
I mean,
Presley.
I would. He's kind of up there. I would say. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he's pretty up there, I would say. I mean, he's been singing for a very long. I mean, well, he was singing. He's passed away now.
Yeah, right.
He sang for a very, very long time. So it's like what your grandparents would listen to, and then your parents, and then now you. And he's gone through generations. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, especially in Mexican culture. Eddie, I don't know how you didn't think of this one. I think it's because I don't think it would be Spanish. Because it's Spanish.
I was just gonna bring it up. He's Spanish. I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't. They don't.
But technically,
colonizers as Mexicans.
Yeah, colonizers. Yeah. Although technically, in the movie, he's supposed to be Mexican in the movie, right? Even though
he's in Mexico in the movie. Well, yeah, because he's fighting against the Spanish. He's fighting against the Spaniards that are colonizing Mexico in that movie.
Oh yeah.
But no, thinking about that, because that's like my favorite figure. That's like my number one figure in my collection is my Zorro. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, because when Jose asked, I was like, dang, there's not a lot of options. Like, Neymar was the first one I thought. I was like, okay, I want Namor. I want him really bad. Like, I would get that day one pre-order. And then we said Selma Hayek from Eternals, because I was like, there's a ton of like. But then when I saw Zorro, I was like, oh, dude, what if they did Selma Hayek from Desperado? And, they could do another. Yeah. They could do another Antonio Banderas and give us the mariachi. But yeah, that would be a cool one. Or Dang, what else? I was just thinking of another. Oh, Machete. If they just did a Danny Trejo as Machete, like that crosses multiple. It's like Spy Kids or Desperado, or he's like pretty much Machete and everything. So
Robert Rodriguez.
yeah. Yeah, there's not a ton though. Like, you know, when I was looking this up, I found this out. Edward Furlong is half Mexican.
Oh,
Damn,
really?
Eddie.
They did like
You just,
Really?
you just stole, you just
There you
stole
go.
my,
oh
stole
my
my
bad. My bad. Yeah, I was like, oh, there you go, because I have wanted a John Connor, like when they teased. That was one thing we talked about when they teased the Terminator 2 figure. I was like, dude, if they did like John Connor with his dirt bike or something, that'd be sick. So yeah, there's a couple, you know.
There's a couple, absolutely. We got Robert saying absolutely Namor. Now Namor is one that I think we discussed at length.
Yeah.
So I think we all would love that. It's been a while, so I don't know if that will happen. But also here's another one interesting. Nacho Libre, that came up as well. I mean, Jack Black's not Mexican, but I guess in the movie, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to go based off that. I guess that can be kind of a loophole there. And Mark Attack says they did make a Zorro. Moose is telling him. Phill Burns says you forgot Supergirl. No, Supergirl's Colombiana. She's from Colombia. So
Damn, they're not all the same, Robert.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. What about fuck, I just blinked. Oh, Penelope Cruz. What is Penelope Cruz? Is
She's
she
from
Spanish?
Spain. She's Spanish.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say they did do a Penelope Cruz.
With Javier Bardem.
Oh yeah.
Plays a Mexican character in No Country for Old Men, but Javier Bardem's actually from Spain.
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And Mark Attack says the 3-pack of the 3 big Mexican directors.
I think the one that would stand out the most of the 3 directors is Guillermo del Toro. I think he's the one that would like stand out. Like I would just want Guillermo del Toro. Alfonso Cuarón, I don't think he would stand out. And what's the name, Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, I don't think he would stand out either. I think Guillermo del Toro gets some like little creature or some kind of like accessory or something like that. The creature from Pan's Labyrinth, or something like that. That'd be cool.
Or with Hellboy.
Or yeah, that's right. Yeah, they made a Hellboy, right? They made a Hellboy.
Yeah, they made one at least.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we got a couple trolls in the chat, so sorry about that, guys. I don't know who that is, but that's so weird.
It's like 3 of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. Okay. And it has to be the day that Marco's not here. Marco, see what is going on here?
Probably Marco.
Oh, it probably is. Huh? Philly says, "I love my Blitzway Zorro." Anthony Daniels supposed to be Sir Anthony.
One that I thought
about?
would be funny. That I don't think they'd make it, but Michael Pena from
Ant-Man?
Ant-Man. Yeah, like just his character is hilarious, you know. So maybe.
Philly says Desperado would be great. The Hispanic John Wick. Yeah, absolutely. He didn't even bother doing an accent. Yeah, I guess so. He says, I like a vampire, Danny Trejo from Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, yeah, why not, right? And then Philly says the 3 amigos and a plethora of mariachis. Guys, is there anyone? Again, don't feel forced if you don't have one in mind. But if you have one in mind, go ahead.
I might be mistaken. I think I am, but I was gonna say Namor, but obviously someone already beat me to it in the comments. But I was gonna say I don't think she's Mexican, but the engineer from Superman. I don't think she is.
No, I think she might be like Brazilian or something. I can confirm.
No, I think she's. Oh man, no, she might be Colombian. I think now the
Colombian.
Colombian, yeah. But I mean, I honestly, there's not much to really think. The first one in my head was Namor, but we could probably see him in the Avengers Doomsday line at some point. So we'll see.
They could do a Cheech. That would be a cool figure to see, a Cheech.
Oh yeah.
I don't think many people like him anymore, but George Lopez. I would. Speaking of singers, it would be dope to see Santana. I don't know if anybody would do Santana, because like I didn't really grow up, with Vicente. Or, now that I'm with Adriana, and her mom
Mhm.
her mom loves Vicente, and she does too. And like, but I didn't grow up with that music, so like I don't really know him as well as they do. But I love Carlos Santana. Like, he's one of my favorite guitar players of all time. So
That'd be
that
a
would
cool
be
figure.
cool figure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus, I brought up a good point. Blue Beetle.
I don't know
Oh,
if he's
yeah.
Mexican. Is he Mexican?
Yeah,
He
we,
is.
that was when that.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Cholo is
Apparently
Mexican
Google
American.
doesn't-
Yeah, yeah, and then
Google doesn't
Jaime
think he's
Reyes.
Mexican.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Really, Cholo is not Mexican. If you look it up,
When I look it
Cholo
up, he
Medueña.
doesn't come up as like Mexican actors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be cool.
I
I'd
think
rather
it's
have
because
him
he's-
from that ties in with someone mentioned Cobra Kai. I would love to have him from Cobra Kai. That'd be dope.
ethnicity. If Cholo is he says Cholo Medueña is Mexican, Cuban, Ecuadorian ethnicity. He was born in
Oh.
LA.
He crosses off. He checks off a lot of boxes, dude.
Yeah. Philly says Cantinflas. And these would be awesome. He's our version of Charlie Chaplin. Yeah, absolutely. He's my uncle. Not joking. Really? Who? Carlos Santana or Cantinflas?
Carlos Santana
Let
is
us
your
know,
uncle,
Phil.
bro.
Let us know. Let us
He's
know. Phil.
lying,
What
dude.
about you, Phil? Did you have
Maybe make
someone other
Cantinflas.
than Furlong, or was Furlong your choice?
Oh, no, yeah, Furlong was the guy for me. Cheers, Eddie. I thought it was, I knew I was sort of stretching it because I think it's his mum or something. It's on his mother's
Yeah.
side. So I thought, I may get away with it. But with all the T2 2.0s and what have you being announced and
Yeah.
released, I thought, be a good shout, but
Ooh, this one is one I told you last night, Eddie.
Yeah.
Yomo says Jessica Alba Sue Storm. I have a mock-up. I've made a mock-up for Sue Storm for Jessica Alba. I mean, if they did, like, remember, Eddie, we were talking about like those early 2000s Marvel, if like Hot Toys did a line where they tackled a lot of those
I'm
characters.
buying all of them. I'm buying all
There
of
you
them.
go. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. That
Absolutely.
would be a good one.
We got Blue Tattoos in here. Hey, man, good to see you, man. He says, hey, everyone. Hey, good to see
Hey,
you,
Blue.
man. Appreciate you. We got King Lily says, Black Box just released a 1/6 Alejandro from Sicario, which is Benicio del Toro. Benicio del Toro is not Mexican, is he, though?
No,
Is it-
he's Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. He says, Carlos Santana. Oh, he says, Carlos Santana is his mom's first cousin from Altan, Jalisco.
What?
Oh, what the hell?
That's pretty wild.
He says,
dude.
he says, seen him play 4 times in my life. Great live show.
Oh,
Wow,
that's
man,
dope.
that's awesome. I did not know that about you, Philly, but thanks for sharing that with us.
I know.
All right, does anybody have any one that they want to share before we move on? Yeah. Okay. Jim and Vito are like, dude, why'd you give us homework? We just got here.
Right.
Okay,
That's all.
awesome. Then, in that case, I think we can move on to our discussion, if you guys don't mind, if you guys are ready for that. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. Let's do it, guys. So we're going to move on. And our next conversation, I just called it, this segment's called You're Hired. Make us a movie. So, guys, it's relatively simple. Now, I tried to explain it to Gio, but it's always harder in messages. And then he kind of tried to cheat. And I told him, dude, you can't
Wow.
do that. Don't cheat. And he's like, wait, you said that I had to use this. And I was like, whoa. These are the rules. And he's like, okay. So, essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give you a budget. And with that budget, you'll have to get a director, an actor, a lead actor, and a lead actress. Okay? Once you have decided, you will tell us what kind of film it is. You don't have to get into the whole story, but you can tell us it's a romance film of 2 spies or whatever, right? Whatever comes to your mind when you cast these 2 actors. Okay? Now, you'll have to take into account your budget. Again, you'll have, because we don't want to get too complicated, we're just going to go with a small number. We're going to say you have $1,000, but again, let's pretend that's millions of dollars. But you have $1,000, and that's the $1,000 you can use to spend. Okay, so so this is you in the board, and you've been hired. You are now the head of this production, and it's your job to get the director, the actor, and the actress. Okay, now who are they? Well, let's take a look. here it is. Again, the rules. Make the best movie you can with $1,000. So you must get $1,000 or less. You cannot go over. You can't be like, oh, can I do 1,100? Can I do 1,200? No, it's 1,000. That's it. Now you can go lower. Now, if you want to, save some money, that's cool, but you cannot go over. You must pick one from each section. So no, you cannot get 2 lead actors, or you can't get 2 lead actresses. You're going to get one of each section. So 1 director, 1 actor, and 1 actress. Okay. Once you make your selections, again, you're going to pitch us the movie you would like to make. So again, is it action, adventure, comedy, drama, romance, a horror film? Let us know. Now, Gio, you've been aware of this for a while, so I'm going to go to you first. Gio. Actually, before I give you this, I want to give you an example, because I did show the examples, because you guys are going to be like, whoa, hold on. I actually computer generated some for you guys already. So these are some of my choices. And again, it's just an example. So I went ahead and I got Steven Spielberg to be my director. And I got Timothée Chalamet for $300, which is KG's better half there, his stunt double. And we have Jenna Ortega, speaking of Jenna Ortega, as the lead actress. So I got Jenna, Timothée, and Steven Spielberg. And I think that they would make a great pairing for some sort of romance film from Steven Spielberg. And another option, I got Guillermo del Toro for $400. I got Pedro Pascal for $200, and he's lower because he's in everything, so I made him a little cheaper. And I got Margot Robbie. And with them, I was thinking some sort of spy film, but maybe in some sort of weird Guillermo del Toro fantasy thing. I don't know, but that's kind of what I was thinking. But let's go back. Gio, when you are ready, let us know. What is your movie?
So I'm telling you what type of movie I'm making, right? So do I tell
first,
you?
tell us.
Go ahead.
Tell us who you're gonna. Yeah, tell us you have the 1,000 for budget. Tell us who you're getting for your director, your actor, or actresses. If you want to go like actress first, then actor, then director, or whatever, it's up to you.
I'm gonna get Guillermo del Toro, Pedro Pascal, and Jenna Ortega.
Oh,
And,
okay.
The film is gonna be a horror mystery film. Set ultimately in Mexico, in a small village in Mexico. So we have your lead, Pedro Pascal. We open up the scene, and he's digging on the ground. He's digging something very, very, very fast, very hurried. And his daughter comes out and says, "What are you doing, Dad?" It's Jenna Ortega. And Pedro Pascal says, "We have to go to my old village in Mexico. We have to go right now. Something happened over there. I can't explain to you what it is, but we have to go there right now. You don't know what it is that he's digging. Why is he digging the backyard there?" So there's something that he gets from there. He needs to take it to his village because that's something that's going to be significant in what's going on in that film. So the film is called Night of the Nolans, and that's my film there. There you go.
Oh my God. Well, thank you. You were definitely prepared for that one. KG's like, what? No one told me anything. What's going on? KG, I'm going to throw you to the wolves, man. Make us a movie, man. Tell us, what are you doing?
I hate being a guest now. I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Okay. I feel like the most obvious one for me is Zack Snyder, Robert Pattinson, and maybe Margot Robbie. I feel like that's pretty much almost. I'm $100 away. So I would say those. I think the film would be more of an action film. Now this could be like a makeup thing, right? Like let's say, like in another world it could have happened, right? Pretty much, right? Or does it have to be like?
Be whatever you want, man.
Okay, so all right, yeah. So I think we all know Zack Snyder is known for his dark, slow mo. Like when I'm talking about slow motion films. So I would have loved to have seen maybe his iteration of what he would have done with Rob's Batman. I feel like we've seen what he did with Ben Affleck's Batman. I think with Rob's Batman, with the detective side of things, I think it would have worked. I think he would have found a way to kind of, in the story of Gotham. And I feel like Batman is one of those characters where it's not like Superman, where, you have to use a lot of CGI. It's much more, a low budget friendly film. And I would have made, it's actually funny. I think I would have made Margot Robbie as, if she dyed her hair, as Catwoman, maybe Catwoman as well.
Oh.
Let's just say Catwoman.
Okay.
And I feel like the first scene would be like, you know, Rob, kind of similar to the BBS scene where we see this the first couple of scenes of the slow motion scene of, you know, Bruce's parents dying. We're not exactly getting an origin story. It's more of like what Matt Reeves did in a 2 or 3 year Batman. And this, we're talking like really dark. Like I'm talking like branding people, you know, and you know, Rob killing people. You know, it's not your you know.
Oh wow.
Your what's it called? Your most common thing we know about Batman, his moral code and stuff. I feel like this would have been a more grounded Batman. You know, he's a guy that lost pretty much everything in his life. He lost Alfred, so there's no Alfred at all. So Alfred's done, he's gone. And then you have one hope, which is Catwoman, that brings kind of like a romance film, I guess. It's kind of an action sort of romance film. And I think for a low budget Batman film with Catwoman, where Catwoman was kind of like the key to his sort of freedom or being liberated from being dark and stuff. And we see that towards the end. I feel like that's sort of, like I said, I'm coming up at just last minute. So like, you know, I'm sure if I had more time, it would have made it more kind of.
What's interesting though is that you kind of keeping Rob as a Batman, even though technically he already has a Catwoman.
Yeah,
but you want to make Margot Robbie Catwoman in this.
Well,
one.
if there was a Zoe Kravitz, I would have picked Zoe Kravitz. But I felt like, you know, this general, I feel like who are like the two hottest actors? I feel like Rob and Margot Robbie. You know what I mean? So I was like, I got to pick those two. So I was like, you know, those two sort of would have an interesting dynamic, I'd feel. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of like my I like sort of like romance / action film with obviously Zack Snyder with his slow motion scenes and stuff. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah. All right, and let's go to Phill next. Phill, you kind of had a little preview of this. I kind of told you what we were doing.
Yeah, this is terrible. I've got no imagination whatsoever.
Trust me, Rob, I'm much more worse. Don't worry. Yeah. It's...
Okay, let's go. Snyder, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie.
Okay.
In a drama. We'll call it 8, and it'll be a spin-off of 7.
Ooh, okay.
Right. Bit of a role reversal. So Margot Robbie will be the lead detective in a serial killer hunt.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Literally flip it with Brad Pitt. Go.
I don't think you need to say more. I mean, it's a sequel to 7 called 8. I mean, there you go. I mean, I think that sort of explains itself. Good job, man.
I'll take that. I'll take that as a win.
I want to go to Jim and Vita next. Jim or Vita, whoever wants to go first, tell us your movie. You guys are both doing one individually, by the way, hopefully.
Yeah, I'll go first because I'm gonna be quick. I don't have much imagination like this, so I would go with Spielberg because I like historic dramas and such. So it would be kind of some sort of dark, sad, historic drama, and the lead actor would be Robert Pattinson actually, because the rest are not my favorites. And then obviously I only have enough money for Dakota Johnson, so I would have to go with her.
Okay.
But you know, she would be just like a sidekick. I wouldn't put her too much in screen time, if I'm honest. So it would be more about I don't know, some sort of probably World War II related or something. The guy going through tough life sort of stuff. So yeah.
All right. No, I dig that. And
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, absolutely. And then maybe Dakota's the girlfriend he left behind or something, right? And then he kind of sees her.
Yeah, maybe
here
she
and
died
there,
within
maybe
5 minutes of the movie. I don't know.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
That's maybe what set him off, you know, for some sort of dramatic.
Oh, hey, that happens. I mean, that happens.
Who was the director again?
Spielberg.
Oh, Spielberg. Okay.
All right, should I go?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose Guillermo del Toro. Timothée Chalamet and Jenna Ortega as my selections for those. The film will be horror, and I've just frantically written down some notes on what the film will be because I didn't read the shit. Taken by surprise. So it's going to be a horror film. So it's kind of about the devil, but the devil isn't a physical being, but more of a force. It appears as like a black or red mist. Each year it visits a town to infect, but it can only infect those who have done something wicked in their past. Those that become infected begin to transform into a physical manifestation of the wicked deed that they have committed. Our two lead actors are best friends, but one of them in their past did something terrible that the other one doesn't know about, so there'll be a bit of drama and tension throughout that as well. And the story essentially follows them as they try to survive the devil as it works its magic through the town. And that's about as far as I got before it was our time. So
I mean,
Nice.
that's amazing. Great. I mean, that's amazing. Good work, man. Especially being put on the spot. That's
why I
awesome.
go
I mean, you did copy my actors. I mean, I don't know about, but I mean, whatever. But I do like the twist that you added the horror
true.
element with Guillermo. So I do like that a lot. All right, just for the sake of time, Eddie, let us know I believe I went through everybody. Eddie, this is you're the last one, but not the least. Let us know, what is your movie?
I feel like a lot of people chose these, but I was obviously gonna choose Zack Snyder.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Brad Pitt as the lead actor, and then I'll go with Margot as lead actress. And I'm thinking like some kind of Greek themed movie, Greek gods, and maybe Brad Pitt plays Zeus, and
That was my second selection.
Margot plays Hera, and
Ooh, okay.
maybe something about like it would be action or like action adventure movie. Maybe like Hera's mad at Zeus for cheating on her with women from Earth, and so there's like a battle of gods or something. He'd be good, Zack Snyder and gods and Greek theme. You got 300 the Snyderverse, so something like that. I don't know. I don't know the story, but it would be cool. I think Brad Pitt would play a great Zeus, and because he's Achilles, and then it would be cool to see Margot Robbie in like an action movie, because I know she's Harley Quinn, but like a god, like a sort of like a Greek warrior kind of thing. So
That'd be cool. Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
That's my MO. Everybody knows.
I mean, that's
Warriors,
awesome.
so.
That's awesome. We have some great movies. If anybody wants to let us know which movie you'd like to see the most in the chat, definitely let us know. Which one was your favorite of these movies? I think everybody went. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. I know you guys. I put you guys on the spot there to make your own movies. And again, I obviously had already prepped this, and some of you guys more than others. But I'm glad you guys were able to kind of come up with something on the fly. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for participating. Let's go ahead and check in the chat real quick. Let's see who they say. What are they saying? Oh, Yomo on the previous conversation, is the new Falcon Mexican? I'm not sure. Danny Ramirez is the actor who plays him. I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that one. Mark Attack says he's doing Zack Snyder and 9 Dakota Johnsons. Whoa. Okay. I guess Mark likes Dakota Johnson. S-Beam sends Zoe isn't returning as Selena. So that's completely clickbait. That was from a report from this guy called Jeff Snyder, who said, and again, and I quote, he said that press, because she's currently promoting Caught Stealing, a movie with Austin Butler.
Oh, yeah.
And they told press that her people, right, her publicist or whatever, told people from the press, don't ask her about the Batman. She's not in it and she doesn't know anything about it. That's exactly what they said. They never said she's not coming back, she's being recasted, or anything like that. So I don't understand. There was a couple clickbait like headlines that were like, oh, she's not coming back to play Catwoman in the Batman or something like that. And it's just like, but it's like the way that they phrased it was like she was going to get recasted or they're going to get another person. It's like, it wasn't that. All they said is don't ask us about that movie. She doesn't know anything, which could be a smoke screen anyways. Like it could be one of those things where like, she just doesn't want to talk about that. She's promoting one movie, so she doesn't want to talk about it, and she doesn't want to answer any questions about it. So they used, they just went ahead and gave that excuse or whatever.
Or
So,
like I'm not the werewolf by like Andrew Garfield. Like I'm not the werewolf.
yeah, I'm not the werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And so again, that's where that came from. So if you go to the original source, that's where it came from. Mark says the 8th sin would be pre-ordering from Toys Wonderland. He's talking about your movie, Jim. View says that's why I went first. Viking Collectible says Del Toro horror DC movie with Jenna Ortega as Harley and Timothy Chalamet as Robin Nightwing teaming up to search for the Joker and Batman in Arkham. Wow.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
I'm on board.
Oh, Eddie says whatever movie Dakota's in, she's getting railed on.
There's a sorry, I made it more intense than it needed to be. But there's a joke I have with Adriana. I was like, this chick is typecast, dude. Every movie she's in, she's fucking somebody. Like, it's either a love triangle, you know, you got 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, this girl can't help but like she's typecast as that, bro. But yeah, it's just a joke. Every time I see her, I tell Adriana that like I'm sure whatever movie it is, it's some kind of sex thing, dude.
There's a movie she did that I really, really like that goes like dives into it's like a kind of coming of age film. It's from the perspective of this guy. But Dakota Johnson plays a single mother. Well, no, actually, she's estranged from her husband, I believe, and she has an autistic child. So yeah, not in that movie. She's not, you know, it's not like, and that she's actually really good in that movie. And basically, it's from the perspective of the guy. He kind of wants to like save her, you know, because she's in that situation or whatever, and they become friends. And it's one of those things where it's
they
like,
end up fucking.
No, they don't.
You're fucking lying, bro.
They don't. No. They don't actually. But it's actually a really good movie. It's called Cha Cha Real Smooth.
I think Adriana told me about that one.
It's a really good movie. But anyways, I think let's go ahead and check.
Jose.
Is just as important as Bond.
Oh, there you go.
And Jenna Ortega is the Bond girl. Wow. Okay.
That would be good.
And it says Mark Attack says this is LOL, and he says, "Oh, clickbait." Yeah, it was 100% clickbait. Espin, 100%. All right, guys. That's the end of that segment. Thank you so much, guys, for participating. I really appreciate it. All right, guys. If you guys are ready, I think it's main event time. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
All right, main event time. Well, I could have just gone to the different slide here. My bad. All right, guys. Now, have you guys decided who wants to go first?
It's Phill.
All right, guys. Let's do it, man. Let's get ready to rumble. All right, guys. It is time. Now, before we get into it, Phill, are you okay with going first?
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It's fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So before we get into it, again, there are these legalities we got into. Now we're good for the sake of time. We've been here for a while. It took a little longer because of that Wonder Woman tease. So we're going to skip the Spanish one. You don't have to read it today, Gio. However, we do need someone to read it in English. And I think I'm going to go with Jim on this one. Jim, could you read this for us?
I'll do.
We want to hear
I'll
the
do my
accent, man. We
best.
want to hear the accent.
The actor. Disclaimer: by participating in this video pitch game, you acknowledge and agree that any pitch, idea, or concept presented during the competition is provided freely and without expectation of compensation or further involvement. That's a long sentence. You understand that by submitting your pitch, you renounce any and all rights, claims, or of ownership of the content presented. You further agree that the pitch and related ideas are now considered fair game for use by said companies and or any associated parties without legal obligation. By continuing with your participation, you consent to these terms and waive any legal rights or claims to compensate regarding the use of your pitch. Oi.
Beautiful. Why, thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. Again, previously on, Eddie, your last matchup, the last episode was your matchup. So, guys, if you have not seen that episode, it's a great episode. 2 great pitches. Eddie, we won't spoil what happened, but I know that you want to come back soon to do another pitch, I'm hoping, to redeem yourself. So, well, that sort of gave it away. But anyway, watch that episode. Watch that episode. And again, if Robert, Feel the Burn is still here, this is coming soon. So we've never had basically the next episode kind of ready to go, but because it's so close to the date, we have coming soon. We have the coming soon section again on the 24-hour stream. We have the matchup between Robert Feel the Burn and Vikings Collectibles going at it at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that is going to murder us. So please catch the replay if you do not want to wake up. It's at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So guys, it's going to be a good one. I know both of them are kind of nervous about it, but I know it's going to be a great one. Me and Robert were talking about his pitch just yesterday, and we're working on it already. So he's in here. He says yes. All right, man. I hope you're excited. And again, it's main event time, guys. Here's the official poster of this matchup, guys. I went through a couple. This is made using AI, but again, I went through a couple because I wanted to ensure that it looked like you guys, and I think it does. Phill looks a little angry there, but it definitely looks like these guys. So I hope you guys liked it. And all right, so again, remember, guys, do definitely let us know who you're pitching to. So if you're pitching to Howard or Viper from InArt or Yost from Jazz Inc. Collectibles, or even Fabio from Caustic Plastic, we'll have to do a new graphic where we put a couple more people there. But if you are pitching to one of them, definitely let us know, okay? Right when you start the pitch. So again, this is a little graphic in cartoon version where it has me and Marco and everybody. So I hope you guys are excited. All right, it is time. Now I want to go over this real quick again, guys. It's like the TV show, but with a twist. Two competitors must state what company they are pitching to. So let us know who you're pitching to. Hot Toys, NR, Jazz Inc., JD, Caustic Plastic, whatever company it is. Panelists will represent said company the competitor chooses and judge accordingly. Competitors will have 5 minutes. We're going to set a timer. Jill, could you help me with the timer, if you don't mind? We'll go ahead and get a 5-minute timer. And once both competitors have pitched, so not in between, like that happened that one time with Marco in charge. The rebuttal Q&A will happen after both pitches, okay? So we'll do one pitch, and then we'll have the other pitch, and then we'll have Q&A rebuttal. Now, Q&A rebuttal, I don't know if you've seen this, KG or Phill. I know you were here last time, but this is the opportunity where you could pick apart your opponent's pitch. If there was something that did not make sense, ask them about it. Because it may help sway the audience. So, hey, if you think their price is not okay, if it's overpriced, let them know. Or if you think it's going to lose them money because it's so cheap, let them know. So definitely. It's so cheap. Oh, I'm hearing my echo. There we go. It's gone.
Sorry, that was me.
Okay. Yeah, so definitely let us know. Now, one thing I will say, guys, once we get into it, those who are here, unfortunately, because Marco's not here, we won't be able to do the poll as we officially do it every single time. So this time we're going to have to go back to the original way we did it, which is for this particular episode, you are going to need to signal to us in the comments, in the chat. You'll have to say KG or Phill, or you could say Rogue One Photography, whatever makes sense for you. So KG or Phill in the comment section after both pitches. So not before, you'll have to say afterwards. And unfortunately, you'll have to do the same. If you're a panelist, you'll have to do that in the chat as well. So go ahead and your vote will be counted. Okay. So guys, once they've both pitched, you can, if you're on the panel, you can wait after you reveal it on the panel, and then you can go ahead and type it in the chat for me. So that way the votes go there. So definitely do so. We'll have to do it the old school way. And I do apologize, guys. Just still go ahead and again, type in KG or Phill. All right. All right, I believe that's it. Whenever you're ready, Phill, go ahead and bring up your presentation.
Okay, which one of you guys has the slides? Gio, is it? So I can prompt.
No.
Jose?
I might.
Right?
Hold on. Okay. I should have checked in with you when we. Hold on. You sent them to me. Instagram, I think.
I did, yeah.
Gosh. Okay, hold on.
And then let me know when to start the timer.
Sorry,
yeah. Hold on. Let me get this.
Throw in the span in the works there. Sorry, guys.
Actually, Jose, I'll send you mine as well, so I can.
Okay.
kinda
Yeah,
scroll.
please do so. Phill, is there any way you could email it to me? Because here on Instagram, it is making it difficult for me.
If it's
Do you have
easier,
you could,
you can send them to me on Messenger, and I can just share my
oh,
screen.
or do that. Yeah, whatever's easier for you, Phill.
Instagram, Eddie, or
Messenger,
Facebook, yeah?
Yeah.
Facebook. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties here. Should have been prepared. Should have double checked with Phill. Sorry about that, Phill.
That's fine.
Just nobody Facebook messaged me that you don't like Jose or something while I'm sharing the screens. Okay. Wait till after.
Well, let me know if you got mine. I send you through iPhone, or do I send it to you through email?
If you could send it to my email, that might be easier. But whatever's. Let me go ahead and send you my email here.
Sure.
Just send them over. Just send them across to Eddie.
Yeah, I got it. Is it in? So in this order? You want
Yes,
it to
please.
Go?
Yeah. So I'll. Is it okay if I prompt you when to start with the slides? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it should be.
So just to be clear, I'm starting with the AI generated one, right? Or do you want me to start with the other one?
The other one, please.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh gosh.
Sharing screen. No.
Okay. Good to start.
Yeah, Jose just has to pull it up.
Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Can you hear me?
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. My internet is having the worst breakdown right now. I'm between screens. It's like flickering right now between two other
Gio
things,
has
so-
access, right?
No, he does not.
Oh, okay. Now.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. It's like the worst time that it could have happened. Okay, hold on.
This is Marco's fault. It's all Marco's fault.
Yeah, blame Marco, please. Blame Marco. What's strange is that it's like letting me go on other. Hold on. Once I click on StreamYard, it like does not let me click on it because I was on other tabs, and now it's not letting me click on it, which
Maybe
is
close
terrible.
out the other tabs.
Yeah, I just closed them. But I was trying to pull up my email so I could pull up, but then I got a message. Oh gosh. Oh, there it is. Hold on. So sorry about that. Okay, I got it. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Before we start, Jose. So
Oh,
when
gosh.
when we when the time's up, do I just say it or?
Yes,
Like, time's up?
just let them know,
Okay.
but they can go over. They can go
Oh,
over.
okay, okay. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
but
Okay.
it's like completely flickering. Like it does not let me do anything. It's like the worst nightmare I could have had. Oh my god. Everybody left already.
Marco to give me the. I should have told Marco to let me have the login. I could have helped you guys.
Oh gosh.
Fucking
It's
guy,
like-
dude.
It's like flickering. Like it's not letting me do shit. Like I might need to exit. Gio, could you let me see. Oh gosh. Hold on. You might have to keep the show going for a bit. Maybe I'll exit out and back in. Yeah, it's like flickering. It does not let me do it. Oh gosh.
And now you lost Gio.
And Gio.
Gio's gone?
Gio had enough. Bye.
Okay.
I think he's gonna jump back in.
Okay. Can you guys still see me? That's what
Yeah,
I'm
no,
wondering.
everything's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I can still see you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's so everything is like slow. It's like I can only see Phill, I can only see Eddie. I can see the boxes in the bottom, but again everything is like flickering. Like it does not let me do anything.
What StreamYard is the only tab you have open right now?
Yeah, I closed everything else.
Yeah, just exit out and come back real quick and then
Okay.
See if that.
Let me try that,
Don't
guys.
open anything else up. Just if you need, send me KG's pictures too, and I'll pull those up after.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's like the worst timing too. Everything that was going well up until this,
Yeah.
we had the whole discussion, and then we get into the
Sod's
main
law,
event, and
man.
it's like, and then this happens. Okay. I'll be right back. Hopefully.
All right. All right.
Guess what I'm
How do you run the
presenting?
show? He's been waiting for this moment. He's like,
And it's like, yes.
It feels like the Hope Show now. We've
Yeah, it
taken
does.
over. Somebody wake Shane up. Get him in here.
get Shane to pop in. He'll just appear in a minute. Probably out living out. So, everyone having a good weekend?
Yeah, I'm happy it's the weekend, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's been
How
a
was the
long-
trip?
Did that coffee
Long
wake
week.
you up, Eddie? That pint of coffee?
Yeah,
that we had?
dude.
That mega pint of coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, I needed it. It definitely brought me back to life.
Jim
so.
was like, what is he drinking?
That's like it's like a jug pint that you drink like pints of beer out of in England.
Yeah.
I was just like, where did you get that from?
Yeah, I had a cold brew coffee in it.
I'm back.
Okay.
Like that.
Hey.
Moving. Okay. Cool. We lost Gio.
Yeah. You might have to let
Oh,
him
God.
in. He might be
Okay.
backstage. I don't know.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there you
Okay.
go. All right. Because
Okay.
I could hear you. I could hear you the whole time, but I couldn't. I
Where's
couldn't like come
KG?
back in for whatever reason because I think you.
Hey,
needed
where's
to bring me-
KG? There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Oh my God! If you guys stayed with us, thank you for staying with us. I don't know what happened. It kicked some of us out apparently. What were you seeing, KG? What happened there?
Oh no, I was hearing the conversation that that Phill,
Mhm.
Jim, and Eddie had. It was pretty fun for a little bit. That's
Yeah.
it. For them. What I saw.
Okay.
We struggled through.
Okay. So let's go ahead and bring up Phil's presentation. If you're ready, Phill. I'm sorry about that.
That's fine.
You ready?
That's fine. That's
Phil.
fine. Yeah, definitely agree with that. Thanks, Vita.
All right. Start the timer there for me, Gio.
There you go.
Okay, so I am presenting to Howard at Hot Toys, and here we go. Good afternoon, Howard and team, and thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time and the opportunity to pitch my proposal. I'm here to propose a 1/6 scale collectible figure that I believe aligns seamlessly with Hot Toys' vision. Not just in sculpting excellence, but in strategic timing and collector demand. The figure is the lead protagonist from the Star Wars game Jedi Survivor. He's more than just a character, he's become a modern day Jedi icon for a new generation of Star Wars fans, and arguably the most popular original character introduced in Star Wars games in over a decade. This figure, as you can see, is Cal Kestis. If you can sort of rotate the slides for me, please.
Yeah.
So why now? Jedi Survivor was a massive critical and commercial success, and yet there's currently, as far as I'm aware, no high-end, fully articulated 1/6 scale representation of Cal Kestis. This is a moment for Hot Toys to lead, not follow, in defining what a definitive Cal Kestis figure should look and feel like. The figure itself, I envision that Cal Kestis as a premium screen-accurate release, complete with a hyper-realistic head sculpt based on Cameron Monaghan's in-game likeness, mixed fabric costuming from the Survivor era with fully weathered details, over 30 points of articulation for dynamic posing, such as saber poses, force poses, and of course a posable BD1 companion and light up saber with swappable blades. The deluxe version could also feature a poncho variant, a diorama base with Imperial wreckage, and an alternate saber colour for display flexibility, as well as an additional head sculpt. This is a character that blends classic Star Wars lore with modern storytelling. Perfect for collectors looking to expand beyond the film universe. Stylistically, he fits alongside existing Jedis such as Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka, or of course any sort of Clone Wars figures. And from a business standpoint, it fills a major gap in the current 1/6 Star Wars market. In short, this isn't just another Jedi, it's the Jedi of this generation. I believe a Cal Kestis figure, done the Hot Toys way, would become a flagship release and an instant favourite among collectors. I'd love to explore how we can move this concept forward and collaborate to bring him to life. Now, I would release this as both a standard and deluxe version. The standard version would come with a basic display base, 4 pairs of hands, a single blue LED powered lightsaber, and of course the head sculpt would have movable eyes. I imagine this retailing at around about $255. The deluxe version would have a diorama base, also 4 pairs of hands, a second head sculpt, also with movable eyes, 2 LED powered lightsabers, 1 blue, 1 orange, and the articulated BD-1 droid, as well as a wired poncho. And I kind of see this at retailing at $355. And on that note, I would once again like to thank you for your time today, and also for giving me the opportunity to showcase my idea. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, team. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
Brilliant.
With
Great
40
presentation.
seconds left.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
go.
brought it in time.
Wow. Phill, I need to know, did you rehearse that?
Yeah.
I read it once or twice. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
man,
I've
very well
literally.
articulated.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I appreciate the opportunity as well. It's nerve-wracking, but yeah, great. Really good.
It's
Enjoyed
hard,
that.
right?
Enjoyed
When they put you on the spot like that, it's
that.
it's
It
hard.
is. It is. And then you're trying to think, have I got the facts right? Does he actually do this? Does he come? Has he got that in the game? I've played the game, but I don't. You sort of you're second guessing yourself all the time, particularly with you, Jose. You know, because of accuracy wise, as the fact checker, you're
I
just
never
waiting.
considered that. Oh my gosh.
No. Yeah, you were spot on. Everything seemed good to me. So
Thanks.
I'm very, very proud of you, man. Thank you so much for doing that. Again, it takes a lot of guts to come up on here on this stage and do it. And I know we even made it even worse that we had to delay there because of some technical difficulties.
That was
so
my
I'm
fault. I
sure-
should have reached out. It was my fault.
Yeah,
It was
that
on my
nerve-wracking.
mind all morning, and I thought, oh no, I'm sure he's got it. I'm sure he's got it. Hey,
Sorry about that. But yeah, everybody is excited here in the chat. Blue Tattoo says to go ahead. Yeah, definitely needs to be made. Dopo. Mark says let him cook. Yeah, so let Phill cook. And Viking says very good, well done. Viking is scouting, right? He wants to know how it's done because he is coming up next. So I'm sure he's a little nervous, but definitely wants to get some pointers from you guys. So great show to watch here, Viking, and make sure you have an idea of what's coming next. All right. Again, we're gonna go ahead and go to KG. Now, KG, I actually do have your thing. I was able to pull it up. Guys, also my guest judges, quick note, if there's anything that you hear or notice in their presentations that you'd like to make a note of or ask them after the fact, please go ahead and ask or make a note of it so you can ask them after in the Q&A and rebuttal section, okay? KG, you ready?
Let's do it. Let's go. I don't know how I'm gonna go after that. I mean, that's crazy to me. I mean, honestly, that's the best figure that anyone could. I think that's the most common one that everyone wants. So, yeah, great pitch, by the way. So,
thanks. Appreciate it, KG.
Yeah,
You've got this, buddy. You've got this. Smash
all
it.
right, let's go. Okay. All right.
Hold on. Let me bring it up. And Gio, once you see it on screen, you can start the timer, okay? All right.
All right. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Are we starting the timer now?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you're live.
Good morning in our team. My name is KG, and I'm here to propose why Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman figure from the Batman deserves to be the flagship kind of addition to your premium line. This is not just another collectible. It's an opportunity for InArt to set the gold standard in a female character representation at the highest level. And courtesy to the photos to your only one and only Jose for it. So why? Collectors love the Batman. The Batman and the Riddler figure has been made, but Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman has been overlooked at the premium level. Fans are asking for her, and InArt is uniquely positioned to deliver. This is an undeserved demand and the perfect gap for InArt to own. Next slide. There you go. So the product. As highlighted on the last slide of the presentation, my Catwoman proposal comes in multiple editions designed to meet the needs for every collector's tiering. You can go to the next slide. So the regular edition, basically just a screen accurate tailored leather-like outfit, or leather, pretty much, displayed with a display base. The deluxe edition, which is 360, adds an interchangeable head sculpt, accessories, and alternative poses. Premium limited edition, which basically this one, I thought, you know what, this would make sense because, you know, InArt has never really issued a bike before, but I felt like this could be their first ever, you know, try. But also, they don't want to lose. You guys don't want to lose a lot of money on it, so why not make it limited to 800 pieces? So I thought including a Catwoman's motorcycle, creating that kind of like ultimate display in the centerpiece, since Hot Toys did announce or release the bike for the Batman, so you can have those two together. And the next slide would just be basically InArt's known to making exclusive stuff, so why not add 4 cats for all versions if you do order through the website to kind of give it, you know, if you want nice edition cat to the display to kind of, you know, make display even more better. So the global kind of collectible market right now is kind of valued over about pretty much 400 billion, I feel like. So with the premium figures growing faster than ever, female heroes and anti-heroes remain underrepresented, making Catwoman an untapped segment. With the bike exclusivity to the premium edition, the cats, and the website edition, this release deserves a scarcity status and storytelling, all the things collectors crave. The impact for InArt. This release shows InArt doesn't just follow obvious heroes, it leads. By giving Catwoman the attention she deserves, you prove that InArt is a brand that listens to collectors and deliver unforgettable pieces. The bike inclusion is the premium version made to instantly legendary, a centerpiece no other brand can make. InArt's Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman is a sleek, iconic, and demanded worldwide with your artistry. From leather textured tailoring to lifelike sculpting paired with tiered exclusives like the bike in the premium limited edition and the cat website exclusive, this figure will sell out, generating buzz and cement InArt's reputation, the leader in premium collectibles. This isn't just a figure, it's the definitive Catwoman crafted by InArt. And that's it for me. Thank you, Sharks, for your time, and that should do it for me.
Awesome, KG. Awesome.
Awesome.
Well done.
Great job.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, so I've known about these for a while. As obviously KG, I came through with these mock-ups for him when he told me he wanted to do this, and I was like, man, I think this is a great choice, man. And I knew Phil's already too, so I was like, man, I know there's a demand for both of these. It's huge. So it's like I'm really interested to see what sways the audience. Both pitches were excellent, guys. Great work. I know, again, I keep repeating myself, and I know it's a lot to put yourself out there and do something like this. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to doing so. Awesome. Amazing. Good work, guys. I believe we have, let's see. Yeah, all right. So it is currently the rebuttal section. Okay, guys, I know you guys have been playing nice, but this is the chance to be a little mean if you can. Now, obviously, both presentations were amazing, and I thank you guys for doing so. However, if you have some criticism or a question, just a general question, go ahead and ask it. Again, I will go to my guest judges first to see if there's any questions you'd like to ask, and then from there, we'll go ahead in the rebuttal section. So first, questions from our guest judges. We'll go first to Jim and Vita. What do you guys think?
You want to go?
Yeah, so I have questions for both pitches for both KG and Phill. So I'll start with Phill, as he presented first. So I just want to a bit of clarification. What material is going to be used for the outfits, and how many outfits we should be expecting exactly?
So it'll just be the one outfit, but accessories wise, it'll be leather belts, leather holsters. I'd like to say on the premium it would be leather boots, but it'll be plastic, unfortunately. And the goods, they'll just be cloth goods.
And you mentioned the price of the regular figure, but I missed the deluxe. Can you just remind me the price difference between the two?
Yeah, sure. It was $355 compared to $265. So you would get obviously the diorama base, the BD one, and the 2 head sculpts with the deluxe version.
And would diorama come with like magnets in the base, or it would be like the?
No, it would just be crotch grabber, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And I have a few similar questions to KG as well. So I just want to, again, a bit of clarification. So between regular and deluxe versions, the main difference is only the head sculpt, if I understand correctly.
Yes, but also thanks to Jose, there is another accessory that does come with it, is the drill that she uses in that one scene where Catwoman and Batman first meet, where she kind of opens the safe. So that's what the difference between the regular and the deluxe is. Obviously, the regular does not come with the head sculpt and the drill. So with a $60 upcharge, you're getting a head sculpt, but not only head sculpt, you're also getting the small safe with the drill that she uses.
Okay. And the duffel bag, is that going to be just a solid plastic piece, or is it going to be an actual like fabric duffel bag and you can remove the cash out?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I feel like just for realistic sake, I think it would be nice to have it tailored. I feel like if you tailored it and kind of, because with plastic it's hard because you can't shape it in the way that it looks normal when she's putting it on, to make it look real. So I would like for it to be tailored, but the money part, they could use a plastic sculpt, because nowadays people paint, labor work when it comes to painting stuff has gone much better. So I feel like I don't mind even if the money's plastic or paper, but we've known InArt to make paperish money with the Jokers and stuff like that. So I don't think InArt has a problem with that at all.
And just the last question, how did you come up with the pricing between regular and deluxe? As it seems for me, the price difference is quite small compared to getting an extra head sculpt, which I think would require a bit more even detail than the regular one.
Sure, yeah, it's a great question. So I kind of compared prices from Hot Toys and from InArt. InArt, obviously, you're getting the most high-end compared. Hot Toys and InArt are kind of competing with each other, but if you compare the two, they're pretty. InArt's pretty much a win. I compared the InArt Superman compared to the Hot Toys. There's only, I believe, from my understanding, there's only a $50 difference or $6 difference, and that comes with 2 sculpts. And I looked at also, like for instance, the Wolverine figure from Hot Toys. That I think is a $270 figure regular edition, and the deluxe is a $335. So I felt like a $60 upcharge for 2 head sculpts, and you get an extra sort of weapon to kind of open the safe. I felt like that was a pretty reasonable price upcharge. I felt like it wasn't too crazy, like it was $400 just for the head sculpt or something. So I felt like if collectors really want to spend another small $50-$60 to get the head sculpt and stuff, I felt like that would have been. I think that would much woo a lot of customers and to buy the deluxe version. But having both options, regular and deluxe, would be sufficient enough for consumers.
Brilliant, thank you both.
Yeah.
Awesome. We do have a question. I think you sort of answered already for Phill. No battle damage with the basic Cal. Is that correct?
I think he's referring to BD, is he?
Oh no.
The
BD.
The BD droid.
Oh
yeah,
god.
Yeah.
Oh, the BD droid. I'm sorry. Yeah, I totally read that wrong. No. So no BD on. No BD. Okay, got it. Okay. Yeah, you did tell him you got to pay for that. Casual Nerd Problems is here, and he says, "Is that Eddie Mendez?" Yeah, it is.
Steve.
What about you, Eddie? You got any questions for my special guest competitors here?
I do. first of all, I think both competitors were great. Great presentations, way better than mine. Very well thought out. I have questions for both of you. Mine are more based on the general hype or want or need for these characters specifically right now. And I'll start with Phill. So, Phill, I know that Cal Kestis, it has been wanted by collectors for a long time. My question is, do you feel that your pick over KG's do you think collectors would resonate more with that pick, considering that they're both kind of the same vein where, they came out a little while ago, people have been wanting them, but some hype may have died around that. Do you feel that Cal Kestis still holds up today as over something like a Catwoman from the Batman?
Yeah, definitely, because Hot Toys have released Gameverse figures, so you can pop it in a display with said figures, or as I mentioned in the pitch, he's a Jedi, so with your Revens and all the sort of Sith Lords currently being announced, why not have a display with with Jedi in? So the hype probably has died down a little bit, but it's one of those figures that the chances are, particularly if you're already a Star Wars collector, you've got a bunch of figures that he can fit into.
Okay. And then same KG to you, same kind of a question, but to you I propose it in a different way. Is, like we talked about earlier, the rumors of her not being in Batman 2, the Batman having released a little while ago, and us starting a completely different DCU now with a new Batman and everything. And then, of course, the news of Batman 2 being pushed back a couple years. Do you feel that Catwoman is still something that a general community of collectors would be interested in and would sell well, especially from someone like InArt or something like that? How do you feel that would do against something like a Cal Kestis?
It's a good question. I think it's funny that we bring that up because Phill is Nick has been wanting a Cal Kestis and Riley has been wanting a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. So those are both my buddies, and I feel like if you look at, I've seen a lot of, and it's funny that we brought up the Zoe Kravitz thing. It's the timing is insane about her not being in the next film, but I honestly do think, look, Michelle Pfeiffer has been one of, I think, like the stone cold Catwoman representations, and then it was obviously Anne Hathaway, but something about Zoe Kravitz's performance really was so unique to the point where it still has, it still is relevant to now. Even in the Penguin, there's a tease at the end where she's related to the character, I forgot her name in the Sophia. So me and Jose were talking about a couple of weeks ago, there is a story there, and everyone wants to see Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. Now, do we know that she's going to be in it? Most likely. Honestly, this could be like a no, I'm not the werewolf situation type of thing. Sure. But I feel like even in today's day and age, I feel like now, even that film came out, almost 4 years, about to be 4 years almost. I feel that, there is this hype for, look, people want Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman after 30 years. I feel like it's the same thing for Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. I feel like, time hasn't passed as much, and I feel like there is still a fan base, including me and Riley, and I'm sure Nick too. I feel like we all kind of resonate with Zoe Kravitz Catwoman, that iteration of Catwoman for sure. And I dare I say, much more of a comic booky Catwoman that we have seen. So I think, I feel like a lot of people, like Batman Collectibles is one of them. He's been narrating that having a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman would be a fine addition. Because right now, it's just the Batman. We only have Rob's Batman. We don't have the Riddler. Riddler would be nice. But to be honest with me, I would prefer a Zoe Kravitz over the Riddler. I think Zoe Kravitz's chemistry between Rob and the film, I just rewatched the film a couple of days ago, and it's like the demand is still there. There's a lot of people. I feel like, yes, the hype has died down a little bit, but not to the point where everyone's like, I'm sick, I don't want Zoe Kravitz. Who's Zoe Kravitz? So I do think that the hype around Zoe Kravitz Catwoman is still relevant today, for sure. So is Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis is, one of the best video games ever I've played, both those games. And, I think we need these two figures for sure.
I don't know. Fuck that guy. You need your own money. Remember that. They need
Yes.
need their money, man. Fuck Calcasses. That's how you
Yes,
get it.
that's something I've said in a previous episode. But think about it like this, guys. We have the budget for one figure, right?
Yeah.
So we can buy only one of your pitches. So you need to make the argument, why do we give you this money, right? Why do we give it over, why should we, Phill, why should we give you the money over KG? Like that's the general question that you need to answer before we get into, who we're going to go with. So before we get there, I want to go to Gio. I know Gio's doing multitasking here, doing a lot of things here. Gio, do you have any questions for our competitors?
Yeah, there's some of the questions are just clarification because I don't know if I didn't hear it or maybe it wasn't said. But it is for both gentlemen here. So the question is there? We'll start with Phill. Are any of the head sculpts have a rooted hair?
No.
Okay. And are any of the I'm assuming probably the deluxe is not a limited run, correct?
It won't be a limited run, no.
Okay. Going to KG, the bike, the premium SKU there. I believe I was able to read it's $630.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there an option that if you just want to buy the bike by itself?
Ooh.
That honestly, that's what I that was a question I had before, but I feel like selling the bike itself would not sell well. For instance, like we still have the Bat Pod in the sideshow, like from Hot Toys. I feel like vehicles, if you want to make them, just kind of scarce, not a lot of them, I feel like you should bundle with them. I feel like just from past experience with sideshow, having the Bat Pod still there after 3 years now, I think it's not a good business strategy. I feel like if you were like, for instance, well, actually no, that's how they had actually a SKU without the bike. But I feel like with the Catwoman, just to kind of have 3 SKUs is enough rather than having 4 SKUs. I feel like that's a little too much. It kind of disrupts the market itself. I feel like having 3 SKUs and having that bike just to buy the 800 limited, because then again, vehicles, they tend not to do well. I mean, Jazz Inc. is great at doing vehicles, but I feel like in art, if they want to perform their first ever vehicle, they should at least limit it and test it out, test the waters to see if it does well. And I put that limited to 800. I felt like that was a perfect number because they're not, I feel like NR does not have to spend too much cost and labor to make the same amount of bikes as just the figure itself. So I feel like 800 was the right number. But then again, we can fluctuate with that number for sure.
Okay. And then the is it sculpted hair for all the head sculpts for Catwoman?
Yeah, sculpted hair, because I feel like having short hair just doesn't make sense. Having rooted hair doesn't make sense for a short hair. So I feel like sculpted hair would suffice.
Yeah, and that's the route they went with the Superman for in-art Superman. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So for both of them, even the new one, the 2025 version, is also sculpted.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think they would do rooted, but you never know. All right. Any more questions, guys, that you've come up with?
I had a couple questions. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Just some basic ones. I'll start off with Phill. So with your Cal Kestis, obviously the deluxe version, you get the BD1 with it, not the standard version, which to me makes sense. But my question was more around lightsabers. Now, from those games, one of the big things I remember is the joy of getting to create and mix and match different types of lightsabers. And I think in your one, you have a single lightsaber in the standard, if that's correct, and a 2 in the deluxe. Is that right? Did you consider exploring multiple sets of lightsabers, either USB light up or non-USB light up? I thought as well, for example, Darth Vader's lightsaber for Phantom Menace, you can cut it in half, put the end on, so you can have transformable lightsabers. So I wanted to ask you if that's something you'd considered for that figure.
Yes, but they wouldn't be LED powered. It would literally just be the hilts, like a collection like Grievous sort of would have.
Yeah, that's what my thoughts were.
So yeah, you would get options to use different hilts, but they wouldn't be LED powered.
Is that something you consider to add to one of your SKUs? Because I know for myself purchasing, that would be what I'd be looking for in a Cal Kestis, as well as BD1.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably go down the route of having that available for the deluxe, and then potentially
Makes sense.
bouncing BD1 with just one lightsaber with the standard.
Tough ask. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Thanks, Phil. My last one is for KG, and Gio kind of touched on it. It was the limited SKU for your one. The price was 630. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Do you think that's enough considering the production cost of the bike? Because I know you mentioned there's only 800. But how detailed would the bike be? Is it going to be like plastic? Is there going to be die cast elements? That's one thing I wasn't sure of. Will it have like working wheels and light up features, stuff like that? That's what I wanted to ask.
No, that's a very valid question. Yeah, this was something that I was also kind of going up and down. Yes, so the bike is definitely going to be detailed. That's for sure. It's not going to be just some generic you can buy from Target or something. I don't know if you guys have Target there, but we have Target here.
We don't.
Yeah, exactly. So like your nearest, like, when you go to a toy shop or something, you see those, plastic bikes. No, for sure it's going to be partially die-cast. I think partially die-cast as far as the engine, definitely where don't know my bike terms. So, the long thing that connects wheels. Yeah. So, for sure. And definitely there's going to be a sort of a USB port light up light that's used in the bike. And this will actually come with a cable and also a charging port, which that will come with it as well, which henceforth the limited edition size, because we are making more of it, but more with the bike, just less in quantity size. So quality is much higher compared to quantity with the bike. So you will get those details, you will get those things that you want in a bike, and with the figure. But yeah, we're definitely not skipping over the details, and we want to make it look authentic and feel expensive for sure.
Okay. And coming back to the price, how did you kind of mentioned it, come to that price? Because I think for that kind of a package, you could potentially, obviously, I'm an executive, I want my dividends. I think you could probably charge a little bit more for that, especially being limited as well, because it has that limited tag to it. People go a bit crazy for that. So how did you come to the 630? Because I think you could potentially push to the 700s, 800s, especially with an in-art. It was in-art you pitched it, wasn't it?
Yes, in-art, correct. Yeah. So I came with that price because I looked at some references through Hot Toys and through their vehicles. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think I might be right on this one, but the Hot Toys, the Batman bike, is USB port, correct? I think I'm right. Yeah. So I judged on that price, and I felt that, for me, I don't think there's a lot of cost and labor when it comes to that. I feel like you could still make profit through that sort of price. And then I compared it with the Batcycle and the Batman from the Flash. That was around, I think 650, 660, around that ballpark. And I felt that 630 for a character like Catwoman, although she is very popular, but she hasn't she hasn't been she's not like Batman. She is popular, but I felt like Catwoman is maybe just a little lower tier. So I felt like 630 was the right price for something that's limited, and plus something that, we don't know how. It's a good testing strategy for in-art to see how vehicles do for themselves. If there's a market for it, if there's some profit to be making, I felt that 630 was somewhere. I know tariffs at the moment is pretty crazy at the moment in the United States. But I felt like, having a good sweet spot enough of a price to make consumers jump to the premium edition size. And from there on, if we decide to make more of it, and if there's a high demand for it, then we'll up the number for it. But for sure, this is sort of like a test run with vehicles. Like I said, N-Art is not known to make a lot of vehicles. They've teased it before, but this will be a good test for them, especially for a character like Catwoman, for sure.
Nice. Very good answer. Cheers. That clears it up.
All right, guys, we're going to get into it. But before we start sharing who we're going to vote for, I do want to go ahead and just reiterate, because Marco is not here, unfortunately, we cannot do the poll as we normally do. So we'll have to do it old school. So guys, in the chat, I have already let you guys know these are the options. Cowcast for Phill. So go ahead and write Phill if you want to vote for Phill. Or go ahead, if you want to vote for KG, write KG for the Zoe Kravitz, Selena Kyle, Catwoman. Okay, so let us know which you want to go ahead and vote for. So, guys, please do so now in the chat so we can start tallying up. Gio, once we start seeing a couple of them rolling in, go ahead and start doing the tally, and then we'll give us the grand total, and that will be our winner. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, while we wait for everyone to go ahead and share who they're voting for, let's go to my special guest judges. Guys, I'm going to go first with Eddie. Eddie, you're just coming off of your matchup, so you know how it is to be there. You know how difficult it is to make a decision. Let me know. Who are you going with?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Like I said, both pitches were really well done. Both characters I feel would do well, and I feel like they have been asked for by the community for a while. Both IPs are very big IPs, obviously Star Wars and DC, and I feel like there is a big hype for Gamerverse figures right now, but then also with the news of Batman, there's a big hype for Catwoman, and people have been clamoring for that ever since the movie came out. So it's a tough choice for sure, and I don't really have a dog in the fight because I don't think I'd get either of these figures. So I'm trying to look at it like as unbiased as I can, and for me, just with the state of where we're at right now with collecting and what's hype, and thinking of all of that and what I feel a majority of people would go for, I think honestly that I'd have to go with Catwoman, only because I feel like with DC, first of all, DC super hype right now, like with myself as well, but I'm not so much hype in the new stuff or even the Batman. I feel like DC right now is really super hype. And also I feel like with DC collectors, they're more likely to fudge in a character, even if it's not from that movie, they'll fudge in that character with their collection. So like, say they want Catwoman, but they're not necessarily collecting like the Batman, they'll fudge in that Zoe Kravitz Catwoman with, their Snyderverse stuff, or, their other collecting DC Batman lines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they'll fudge that in, and I don't necessarily feel like that would happen with Star Wars fans. I feel like with Star Wars fans, they specifically have to like that game. They may get it as a Jedi just to represent Jedi, but even Jedi, I feel like they're not super likely to get it unless it's like Obi-Wan, Anakin, because like we're seeing a lot of other random Jedi, and I feel like they're not doing as well. Stuff from the prequels and stuff. So just like based off of those things, I could be completely wrong. It's just the way I see it, but in my eyes, Catwoman would most likely sell more than Cal Kestis, even though, because I do feel like there are Star Wars fans that clamor for things, but then don't necessarily put their money where their mouth is once things get made. So just based off that, nothing personal, Phil, but I'm gonna have to go with KG on this one.
That's a fair comment. Can't argue with that.
All right. So before we go to my co-host, I'm going to go to my next special guest judges. Guys, you guys came through for me, but now it's the moment of truth. You got to tell us. And sometimes you guys don't have the same vote, so that's what makes it interesting. So, guys, whoever wants to go first. Vita, Jim.
I'll go first. Yeah. So I'm like Eddie. I wouldn't buy personally either of these figures. I quite upset as well that whenever Catwoman is mentioned, then previous Catwomans I mentioned, the Halle Berry is never mentioned. I know the movies were hated, but she is my Catwoman, and that's probably the only Catwoman I would get.
See, Jim knows how to pick them, man. Everything Vita likes, I like, bro. It's a good one.
He doesn't like that Catwoman, Eddie, so just saying. Despite that, both the presentations were great. KG maybe even went into a bit more detail. and maybe had more accessories, and the selling point was really strong. While Phill was kind of calm and I felt wasn't as forceful with his sell. He was kind of, oh, if you're gonna go with it, it's great. If not, I tried. However, thinking from the sell point where, I would want to make my money, I go here completely opposite to Eddie's opinion. I think this Catwoman will be forgotten as well. Especially
Wow.
because
Oh.
if she's not going to be in a second movie, as Eddie said, they creating already new DCU. She is gonna be like Halle Berry, pushed to the side and forgotten. That's my thinking. Stop laughing and distracting me.
Is this your Halle Berry love? You're like advocating for her. I like it. It's nice.
Okay, that's my Catwoman. While Star Wars, I think, is gonna sell, especially with, as Phill mentioned, with new generation. Just today on airplane, the boy who was under 10 years old was talking about Star Wars, right? He was actually talking about the game, how he misses his game, he wants to go back home, play the game, and how, he wants to start watching like other Star Wars related stuff. So for me, that was big sign that Star Wars is surviving and just creating new customers for the franchise. It starts with the games, then they interested, in the older stuff, and that just brings more and more customers to the franchise year after year. So as you probably guessed, today I'm going with Phill.
All right. Phill gets one. All right, so it's 1-1.
Thank you, Victor.
On the panel. All right, Jim.
Yeah, these were both, first of all, really good pitches, both of you guys, and I think two really strong character choices for figures that people have actually been clamoring for. I've seen so many people ask for Cal Kestis, and I've seen so many people ask for Catwoman as well. It is a tough one, and I think it's difficult because I think, KG, what I like so much about yours is the detail that you went into with the different SKUs as well, because you didn't do just the 2 SKUs, you did the 3 SKUs, you had a lot of thought into the pricing, for example, of the bike. I think she would be quite a popular character, and I think that would be a good experiment for InArt to play around with vehicles, which is something that they've alluded to in the past. And I think it fits really well with InArt as well. I think that was a good choice for you to kind of go down that route, and I think a lot of people that have a Robert Pattinson Batman would probably likely at least pick up one of those SKUs, so I think it would do quite well. But recent news that we found out on this, well, I found out on the show today about her potentially not reprising the role in future installments does cause me some concern in how profitable it may be, because we've seen in the past when IPs have ceased or they've stopped, not all of them have that kind of longevity where people are like, I'm going to still invest in figures of this series. Even with, I know some people like Eddie will buy Snyderverse stuff till they die, but but I know some people have forgone some of those purchases because they're like, there's a new DCU. I don't feel like I want to go into that now because it's like a dead kind of universe, and I feel like that was some of the issues we saw with some of the later kind of Snyderverse films as well that came out. I mean, I didn't even watch the second Aquaman film because at that point I was like, just not invested in that story.
I did watch it and stopped like
halfway through. Yeah, it was a bad film to be fair, so it's not a fair comparison. But so that's my concern with that. Phill, your pitch I thought was really strong as well. If I was to accept your pitch, I would like to discuss you about the lightsabers. That is a thing that I would like to explore with you. I think that could be quite a good selling point as well. And I know Hot Toys haven't done it in the past, but they haven't done it recently, but they've done it in the past, accessory packs as well. I like that with your one, and I kind of disagree with Eddie here. As a Star Wars fan and collector, I would probably display Cal Kestis with other characters. You could even have him with Darth Vader, really, because of from the first game. I know he's Survivor, which is the sequel, but you could display him with Vader. I think that could work quite well. I think he has a lot of potential in terms of like the poncho that you were mentioning, BD1, and the lightsabers. And I think if he was successful as a company, Hot Toys could then explore the rest of the line with the sisters and stuff like that as well. So I think you could probably do a lot with that figure should it be successful. So I think, although a tough decision, I'm going to go with Phill on this one. So sorry, KG. It was a tough decision to come to, because I think logistically both could do well, but I think Visser brought up some good points actually about Star Wars and how the youth are getting into it now. And I think Star Wars was on what's that game that all the kids love these days?
Roblox.
No, not Roblox.
Fortnite.
No, not
Fortnite.
Minecraft. Yeah,
Fortnite.
I think Star Wars had that, and it was big on there. I don't know if Catwoman was on it. So if you're looking for a trend,
She was.
Fortnite's
Yeah,
a good
she
thing
was.
to base it off. Was she? Yeah, I
Yeah.
did wonder, because I know Pattinson Batman was, but yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Phill.
And again,
amazing pictures.
and again, for clarification, you said future installments. So as far as they said, again, they said she's not in the Batman 2. That's what they said. And that's what her
But we don't
publicist
know,
told
yeah.
reporters, right? That's all they said. And people are taking that and like, oh, she's not going to be in, she's being replaced. She's being recast. I'm like, they never said that. All they said was she's not in that movie. Don't ask her about it. That's
Maybe she'll
it.
have a spin-off
Like-
show like the Penguin. That
I
would be
mean, maybe
interesting.
she's
And
in
then I've
Penguin
eaten my
season
words.
2. I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe she's in Penguin season 2, whatever. But also,
interesting.
if you think about it, at the end of that film, she goes, I think she goes to Bloodhaven, right? So, like, her story, I mean, you could potentially say she's not there because, she's off right now doing some other thing, right? And so,
Upcoming
Right.
series on HBO Max. Where has Catwoman been?
yeah, there you go, KG.
That would be. I
so
would
big-
watch that show as well. To be
Oh,
honest,
100%,
yeah,
yeah.
because Penguin was such a banger.
All right. So again, just to confirm, we have 2 votes for Phill on that household, both Vita and Jim for Phill. Elizabeth came in to go ahead and give her vote to Phill as well. So my girlfriend liked your presentation there. So beautiful. And again, Jim go ahead and confirmed Phill. All right. We had an excellent question here from Moose. So Moose, we do need your vote. So please let us know. Now he says, are we voting for who had the better presentation or what character we want most? Just think about it like this, Moose. You can only buy one. Okay. Like or you get to choose which one is going to get made tomorrow. Like they're asking you, Moose, you're the tiebreaker. Which one do we make? This one or this one? And if you had to choose, which one it is. All right. So just think about it like this. We need your vote. Ben, I don't know if you caught the presentations, but if you want to vote for one of them, I know one of them would appreciate your vote. So please do so if you may. So, all right, Gio, the moment of truth. You're my co-host today. Been double duty and multitasking there for me, and I really appreciate that. Gio, it's time. Let us know. Who are you going with?
I shouldn't be too long, but both amazing presentations. Every time that I've been a guest judge, the presentations are always top notch. Everyone puts in a lot of time, all the time, efforts, and we get these amazing presentations. When I look at the characters, I don't necessarily look at characters that I personally would want, because some characters that I would want to be figures, probably most people wouldn't want to buy. I am a big Batman fan. I did like the Batman. I absolutely loved the presentation by KG, very detailed, a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of options, which is always good. Phill also did an amazing presentation as well, also very detailed, a lot of options there as well. Ultimately, when it comes down to the one that I would pick, I put my businessman hat, and I kind of see which one of these do I believe or see would actually sell more. I have relatives, friends. When I first started collecting, which is about a few years ago, for a long time, even still, I always hear people talking about where's Cal Kestis? Where's Cal Kestis? Catwoman, I've also seen people asking for her as well. When we looked at when we've seen the Jazz Inc. Streams, some people ask, are you guys going to do Zoe Kravitz, Jazz Inc. figure and things like that. So I know she's also in demand. But when it comes to this particular character, Cal Kestis, the actor, I think is Cameron Monaghan, I believe.
That's correct.
So I remember seeing one of those Star Wars celebrations, and he was there, and he showed up with a poncho, and people went like kind of crazy about him. And this is an actor who's like portraying a character in a video game. Like he hasn't been in a actual film yet, and people are already like super excited for this character. So thinking of what would sell, I think Cal Kestis would sell more than Catwoman. But great presentations, but I'm gonna give my votes to Mr. Phill.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you. Very well articulated as always. Thank you, Gio. Appreciate you letting us know. And again, guys, no hard feelings. Again, we just got to go with what we think is our gut feeling here. So I do want to go ahead and check in the chat. So let's see, Gio, so that we can tally up. We have a couple more. Ben said he's going for Catwoman. Love both pitches. All right. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate you voting. Thank you so much. Moose decided he's going Catwoman. So we're going on KG there. Yelmo wants to let us know that both pitches were amazing. However, he's going with KG. All right, Yelmo. Thank you. Blue's in here, but he hasn't told us for his vote. Blue, are you in here? Did you see them? And let us know who you're voting for. Again, he's confirming KG. All right. How are we doing? Before I go into my pick, how are we doing so far?
So right now we have, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 11 votes in total so far. And Phill is leading by 1.
Oh,
so it's very close.
Goodness.
So it's very close.
God. Oh my God. Oh, I don't think. What
Just a
happens
little
if
bit
it
of
goes
pressure,
side?
Jose. Just a little bit of pressure.
Oh my God. Well, hold on, chat. Hello.
But
Come
we
on,
still
that is
need
cool.
we still need Jose's vote.
Are you
Well,
placing
I mean, it's gonna get.
responsibility somewhere else, Jose?
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So let me get into it by first thanking both of you guys for both coming up with this excellent presentations. Again, I thought both of you were very well articulated. Again, the reason that the show came about is because I had to do something very similar when I was taking film classes. We had to pitch our ideas, kind of similar to what we did in the earlier segment, where we basically had to come up with a story out of nothing and pitch it to the whole class. And then what was worse is that after we pitched it, we had to basically Q&A and rebuttal section like we did here, where we had to answer questions, and they would ask you really deep questions like, well, what do you think about this? And philosophically, what you're trying to say here, and how does this, you know what I mean? It started getting really dense and complicated, and you're just up there up front and like trying to smile but not look too mad or upset, and it's really, really nerve-wracking. So I know how it is to be in that position. So guys, oh gosh, this is so tough. So again, I have to go look from both perspectives, right? What's going to sell versus what do I want? Again, Moose brought up an excellent point. Now, I'm going to tell you something right off the bat, and I hope that this helps you understand. I've never played Fallen Order. I've never played that game. However, I do know about Cal Kestis because of how huge he is of a character. Like, I know of both of the games. I know how important he is to Nick. Nick has told me about this a lot. He's like, dude, he's one of the people I tell them who they're going to go and who they're going to pitch.
Nick?
And
Where's Nick?
I know
Get
you
in
need
here,
it.
Nick.
Where is Nick? Get in here, Nick.
Where's Riley?
Nick.
I'm waiting for Riley. I was waiting for Riley to pop up too.
Oh, that's right. Just gonna tie it again.
But you know, I know how important both characters are both to both of them. And I actually spoke to Nick and I told him, hey, KG's doing this one and Phil's doing this one. Which one do you think? And he was like, dude, I think it's going to be really, really close. And as you see in these and these tallies that we're doing with the votes, it's really, really close. Oh gosh. So, oh God. It's going to be terrible because if I go this way, it's going to go up to the chat. But I think my vote's going to go with what I would buy, because I think as excellent as your presentation was, Phill. And I'm saying, I love you, man. I loved your presentation. The only thing is that I don't have no connection to Cal Kestis. And Zoe Kravitz's
That's fair
Catwoman.
enough.
And Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman is one that I think would be excellent. I was actually hard pitching them with these images that KG has for his presentation. I was showing them to InArt at the San Diego Comic-Con event and telling them, dude, look. And they were like, both of them looked at each other like, oh, did we make this? I was like, no. It was like they were both looking at the images. And one of the questions they asked me, this is what swayed me a little bit though, because they InArt in particular were like, will this sell? And I'm like, yes, I've told you this so many times. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, it would sell. And they were really apprehensive. Like they were unsure about it. And they told me, Penguin, we want to do. Catwoman, we'll think about. So it's tough. But ultimately, I think I'm going to go KG.
You were the tiebreaker, so there's that. So we gotta wait for the chat to
Yeah.
So we are currently tied at
You're tied.
Okay, we're currently tied,
first
guys.
of the
So
tie.
because of the tie, we cannot let it end in a tie. So we do need one more vote.
Rock,
We're gonna
paper,
give.
scissors. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, well, you guys can vote. So add. I'm assuming you guys would vote for each. Well, we could either vote for each other or for yourselves. So include a vote each for each one of them, Gio. So that will count because I know that's always been an option, even with the poll. I allow you guys to either do the gentleman thing where you guys could vote for each other, or you guys could vote for yourselves.
So are you guys voting for yourselves?
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting.
That's where, yeah. Oh man.
Let the other one go.
Phill.
okay.
Oh,
Ever the gentleman.
Phill is voting for KG.
What an idiot.
Phil,
I sorry for Phil.
Did you have a dilemma?
Hey, KG, wait, hey, KG.
Oh, you.
And we're back to square one, guys.
No,
We're
no,
tied again.
and I'm being listen. I'm being fully transparent. I think honestly, both of our pitches were great. More so to Phill than mine. I felt that Phil's pitch as far as the character of Cal Kestis, I mean, it is a beloved character. And I go back to what's it called? Is it Vita? Vita?
Yep.
Yes. I think Vita brought up a good point where kids, in Star Wars, kids are not getting into Star Wars stuff. So it is true. I feel like I've seen that here and there. But at the same time, I feel like in the, characters like in the comics, like Batman, Catwoman, I feel like these characters are, so beloved around the world. I mean, everyone has a different flavor. Like, I completely forgot, and I grew up with this character too. This version of the character was Halle Berry's Catwoman. I grew up with her, and I thought as a kid, I liked those films. As a kid, you just kind of like, oh, it's pretty good films. Now that I looked at it, I can see the flaws, but I still love it because it's a nostalgia factor for me. Anyways, I'm digressing, but I can say there is a vote. I mean, there is a vote for both. I feel like both can do super well. But that's tough, man. Yeah, I completely love Phil's, presentation, and he kind of really convinced me even more. Before I was kind of like, sure, I mean, it could sell, but I feel like Phill has kind of put a nail in the coffin. Yep, we could work.
Yeah, I mean, when KG put that first slide up, I thought, shit. I'm in trouble here because it is an awkward one, because if you watch any stream and they sort of, or what do we want to see next, or what figure do we want to see from InArt, or what, and to be fair, I think we've probably pitched to the two right companies as well, because everyone would want an InArt Catwoman all day long to go with the Batman.
Yeah.
And InArt are not gonna, I mean, they don't have the license for Star Wars anyway, but Hot Toys are good at that Star Wars Gamerverse line, and but yeah, when KG brought that up, I was like, I think people want Cal Kestis, but people need Selena. So I was like, wow.
Well,
Well done,
no
KG.
problem. It says $5 will get me a personal pizza. Just saying. Ooh.
Casual note, do you have Venmo? Do you have PayPal? What do you have?
Yeah.
No,
Oh man, just finish voting. We can't stay here all night.
so,
It's
I
a
think
ruse.
Yeah, we have 23. We do not have 23 votes, guys. So somebody needs to vote. I know it's hard, especially to be like, oh gosh, I'm going to be the tiebreaker. I'm going to decide. Doesn't matter, guys. You got to get out of here. These guys got lives. Somebody vote. We need one vote.
I haven't seen the vote from Casual Nerd Problems.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
true.
Exactly.
I wrote down
I
the
saw-
names of who voted, so I know who voted for which
Ooh.
collector.
Okay.
$5.
Gio, you're gonna keep the list for the future.
I remember it.
If Gio
Hey, well,
does
the
a
great
shot,
thing about
will someone put a vote in?
Ooh. No, what?
I'm joking, Gio.
Oh gosh.
He's like, it's alright. I might.
Because I'll take one for the team. Yeah, let's do
Go
that.
for the team.
Saturday morning.
So we're gonna have the
I know.
first tie and
First ever tie. You know what's interesting is that with the poll, like no one knows who you vote. You know, it's just the percentages, but no one knows which way unless
Yeah,
you're on the panel. No one knows who you voted for. So
I think that's
feel like
why.
that's easier.
I think
Like,
that's
it's
why,
easier.
because they don't want to be shouted out, exposed. Oh, he actually voted for that person. I'm like, oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
tough.
so, come on, guys. We got 19 still here with us. I know one of you guys has not voted.
I text Marco and I said, dude, get in here and break the tie.
I'm sorry.
Oh
in
gosh.
advance.
Oh, I'm
God.
sorry
Oh,
in
no!
advance. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
Casual Nerd
Dragging
Problem
it
wants to be the
out. Drag
tiebreaker. He wants to be the tiebreaker.
This is better than any reality TV show now. This is like,
Oh
like
gosh.
It's actually nail biting stuff.
Oh, he's
man.
keeping us in suspense.
Oh gosh.
Just looking at the live chat, so intense.
Yeah.
this is the
Can't
first
believe
So
time.
intense.
No!
For Eddie,
Somebody-
wow.
Son of a
Hey.
gun, man. Get out of here.
Ah,
No, then get out of here.
I voted Eddie.
What a dick.
Damn it, Eddie. Somehow this is your fault.
No, you know who we should
It always
blame?
is.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
We
go.
have.
Oh, we got it in.
Oh. Casual Nerd Problem, you are the tiebreaker.
Well done, KG. Well done.
Congratulations, KG. Well deserved.
Thank you. No, honestly, this has. Thank you guys. I mean, this has been so much fun. Either way, I think Phill proposed so many great ideas. I feel like I've proposed some good ideas. I feel like we both have love for these characters and we want them to be made. So, this is just for fun. But these could possibly be at some point this year or next year. I mean, with Hot Toys now, they're doing things that we thought they will never be doing. I mean, the whole Legends line. I mean, no one thought they were going to get a who's that character? Nihilus. Like, who would have thought Nihilus would have been a figure? So a Cal Kestis is around the corner as well. And I do think Catwoman at some point, now that actually Jose brought it up, like, emphasizing that it could sell, maybe that could happen as well.
I don't know about you, KG, but I know when Jose first announced that it was going to be us guys going head to head, and then I pitched the character I was going for, and I thought, I really hope Hot Toys don't announce this in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I
can see him
think
doing
both are for sure gonna be made probably before the end of this year. I think
Most likely
I see
now that
either one.
Jose kind of added that little push for NART. So
I was pitching it hard. I was like, dude, look at these images. So I definitely did that. So
Great fun, guys.
hopefully they
Great
listen.
fun.
it was fun.
All right, guys, this is an extra long stream. I said it would be short at the beginning, but then I didn't know the Wonder Woman section would take a little longer. That was unexpected, so I do apologize, guys, especially to Jim and Vita, who just got off the airplane and joined us. So I'm so sorry about that, guys, but thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Again, big congratulations to both competitors for coming on. And again,
Thanks, guys.
I've talked to you about, I have not talked to the competitors yet, but there is something coming up where both of you guys will have the option to return. So we're going to get into that hopefully by the next stream. And there's two interesting things that are going to be happening for both sides, winners and losers. So guys, I'm excited to share more details with you guys coming up on the next couple of shows. But until then, guys, it's been a great show. It's been a wild ride, especially with the technical difficulties and the nail biting tiebreaker. But we did it. We made it through. And thank you guys for your time. All right, guys. if that's all, again, everyone, just a couple of congratulations to KG. And again, congratulations to both competitors. KG, congrats on the win. Phill, don't worry. I got to talk to you about what's coming next. And until next time, guys, this has been Más o Menos Capítulo 8. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you guys on September 6th for the 24-hour stream. See you guys.
Bye, guys.